Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy, Gene P.
This your boy, Young Swizzle.
And we back for the bullshits. We've been gone for a minute. Because Nate can never. It's been 9 years we've been doing this, I believe. I don't know how long we've been doing this. 8, 7, whatever it is.
A long time.
Has it been that long?
And Nate still
just been putting shots
unable to get on time. And I had enough of that shit. So I just be bouncing.
Nate said, you talking about practice right now? You talking about practice?
Yeah. Sabotaged the last 2 pods.
How?
Because the other one I tell you back in 15 minutes. And I think that was the one before that. And then the last one, I don't know what happened. I didn't know I was here.
As a person who's been habitually late your whole life, you would think if you're going to give people numbers, start giving them the fake numbers, right? But you still giving us numbers saying, all right, I'm going to be here at 8:10. And then you start sending messages saying, all right, 8:15, I'm gonna be we're like, as soon as that first like comes,
it's an update.
It's not an update. You already fucked up. Fucked up.
No, it's not. I was in traffic. I like, hey, it's 8:15. Like, look like it's gonna be 8:17.
See, now you start pushing it back. I'm like, nah.
I didn't push it back. I let you give me the update, and you see the screenshot. So when I get the hey, where you at? So.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I think I have to take my video off because that might be causing the delay.
Okay, it looks much better.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's been a while, fellas. What have you guys been up to, man?
I don't know what have you been up to? Anything, Nate?
Celebrating birthdays with the kids.
Okay, it's about that time of the year.
About that time of the year. That's right. I had whose birthday just happened? Junior, my youngest. So we had his birthday, and even this weekend we got my oldest boy's birthday as well.
Can I ask you a question? What went into you naming the second son Junior? Why didn't the oldest one get the privilege? You think he has resentment towards the little one?
I don't think so.
Or you think maybe in the future he'll have some type of resentment knowing that he's the oldest son and this little nigga got Junior?
No, because they all have variations of my name in their name. So he's a Nate as well. So a variation. It's Tyler Nathaniel. So that's his actual name. It's not his middle name.
Oh, his whole name is Tyler Nathaniel.
Yeah, that's his first name. Yeah. So he's a
variation. But it's still not a Junior though. But Junior is your exact name with a Junior at the end.
Yeah, because
exact name
is. I didn't plan on having any other kids. That's why Junior was also the last one. And I was like, if this is actually gonna be the last one, let me go ahead and keep the. So if
you didn't plan on having any other kids, why didn't you just name the first one Junior?
I didn't like the name. I was like, we had enough. I'm a variation of Nate. I'm Nathan. My dad's name's Nathan. So, and then I have all the variations of Nathan's with my kids. And I was like,
So you don't like it, but you chose to give it to one of your kids.
I don't like the name Nathanson. I don't dislike it. I'm like the only Nathanson I know. You know what I'm saying? So you're a Sturvinson. I'm sure you know what I'm saying. You know what it is.
I would know better. I know better than to have a Junior. I just wouldn't have a Junior, period. But if I have a Junior, I'm going to give it to the first one.
If that's what the plan. That was my plan, but I had girls first. I had 2 girls. So after a while, you're like, you don't even really care. My first boy, I'm gonna give him a variation, and
you would think the third
confessions.
Go ahead.
I was thinking if I have another boy, he's gonna be Junior.
See, that's crazy. Why? You don't plan for it. Your first one, you already have a cool name. You're like, if I'm gonna have this last one, I'm gonna get that name out the way.
Y'all niggas all backwards.
He knows it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because it's your last chance.
And you guys are millennials. Millennials are always trying to come up with cool, interesting names.
It's gotta pay homage to our parents.
Because even Tyler Nathaniel is not. Where you get Tyler from? That's some cool name. You just thought, I like the name Tyler.
Yeah, I like the name Tyler. I heard of the name Tyler when I was
that's some millennial shit.
No, I heard Tyler back when I was watching X-Men. That's actually one of Cable's sons.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying millennial shit. Millennials come up. You're a millennial. You come up with names like that. I got friends with names like Dakota Sky and Demi Harlow.
I already had my kid's name since like I was a kid. I've told you the story before.
Let's hear it one more time.
I was a kid. It's just being planned out. That's it. You already have it. I used to want 5 kids.
You said as a kid, you already picked out the kids' names.
Yeah, I already had.
Yeah, that's pretty gay. That's pretty gay. Fuck
that nigga. What's gay about that? Just knowing what you want.
That's not gay. Not gay with a Y, but like gay with 3 Ys.
I thought he was gonna fix it. Like I was not gay like that. Like, nah, I get you.
I think gay.
Listen, I was just very insightful.
You're really into yourself.
Not at all, though. You know, Tyler's kind of like I like maybe I have to be the maybe I'm a bit like Tyler like that, a bit more than I realized because I was very I don't want to say different, but who knows?
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of guys who think about being a husband and being a father and all that stuff.
Yeah, because I came from that. I came from a big family. My dad was there, this, that, and the third. So I don't know. Yeah, I always thought that. I never didn't think of being a dad. The family imprint thing has always been there.
Yeah, we're different.
So I don't know if that's not common or common. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. I don't know. I guess for us in our circle with Haitians, for sure, I don't think it's. I don't know. Juno probably knows a lot of people that came from single parent homes, but I know a lot of Haitians that came from
single. Matter of fact, you can tell it's different
because you're a vacabo.
Nigga said that shit like I came from a single parent household.
No, I'm just saying because you're a vacabo and you know all the vacabos.
He does.
I don't know all the. I was a good kid, so I was around other good kids.
But,
you know, brothers of a father flock together.
Listen,
believe it or not, most of our friends are 2-parent households.
I didn't ask people about if they had a 2-parent household because
but most of our friends were 2-parent households. Though.
You were just drawn to the vacabons.
I thought that was the norm.
Having 2 parents,
having a mom and a dad. I thought that was normal.
It was a norm during the time we woke up.
So I didn't really ask or know if people didn't have fathers at home.
Yeah.
Because they're not just going around sharing that information.
Home, but I don't be knowing if
ain't too many single dads out here, especially not back then.
There are a few. You know, people that have single dads, they didn't really struggle. No, that's what you realize. Single dads get the job done.
Got everything they wanted.
Exactly. Single dads get the job done now.
Yeah, I guess if you got a big enough circle, tribe around you, you can make it happen.
It's not a tribe. The dad's gonna be at work regardless, but he's gonna provide.
Exactly. I'm saying though, but I'm saying when I say tribe, I mean who's taking care of the baby, who's watching this girl or something.
You're still gonna be hood kids, but they're just not gonna be bad kids.
They're gonna be. The dad's gonna pay for daycare, bro.
Yeah, daycare shit like that. Yeah, they're gonna be around the hood, but they're gonna be taken care of. But there's very few single fathers, but there's even the moms. It wasn't that common. It wasn't as common. Most kids when we grew up was 2-parent households.
That's what I wanted. That's what I thought growing up. But as I look back, I never seen.
I mean, as we got older, the parents started splitting up. And remember, by the time I ended up getting into like high school, my parents split. So that's around the age some of the parents split or shit like that. But it didn't start out that way when we met each other. You talking about we met each other since elementary, then all the way middle school.
I miss the OG Haitians that stuck it out and said, you know what, this nigga out here cheating. He coming home smelling like.
Yeah, they got Americanized.
But you know what? I'm still gonna stick by him. I'm gonna still have this plate ready on the table when he get home.
That's
after a long night of cheating.
They don't make them like that no more.
Yeah, exactly. Your mom's a real one.
That's the thing. Got a little brother.
Remember back in the days, parents would
I just got a little brother. What that still again?
They used to stay in the same house, 2 beds in 1 room.
Yeah, classic.
What you mean 2? Oh yeah. What you mean 2 beds and I ain't never been to one of those houses.
I wonder maybe that just because they couldn't afford like
it's not
a king bed. They had a deal on 2.
No, because then they would just push the beds together.
That the duty was that you stay together for the kids.
Oh, that did happen. You talking about that used to happen. They used to break up and then you be 2. That was the thing. Haitian couples used to have like inside the house be years not even talking, and one person be in this room. I'm sure before they had the official breakup with your parents, it was like that, right? Kind of like staying for the kids type thing. They go seasons without talking, and they go back to talking again.
I think my parents was kind of on and off. They would have their, just like I guess it's different looking at it now because I'm in a relationship and I'm married. Seeing like you go through times of, what, this girl's pissed off or I'm pissed off. We're just gonna be quiet for a little bit, but eventually we're gonna get back in the mix. And I'm sure they did that a lot too.
We used to do it in like 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the max.
But when you talking about like. But months, years at a time?
They doing it like, they start out doing 2-3 months. And then, sometimes they get real bad. They might not talk for almost shit. It just, their relationship spans almost 20, 30, 40 years. So shit's different.
Yeah, they don't leave.
I don't know. She just gets real talk. I don't know. Between that span, I guess there's just ebbs and flows. So
I guess there's ebbs and flows, but I'm saying why is it so easily for women today to leave?
Women don't respect duty. They don't believe they have a duty to.
That must be because I don't think you said options, but I feel the women back then had options too. So it must be duty.
Options. Women must be duty. Have options all the time, no matter what. These bitches could look crazy. They gonna have some type of options.
Yeah, anybody could get it.
Yeah, so it's not about the options, Nate. It has to be about these women not thinking they have to uphold the family with the man.
Society makes them think that.
Well, you made vows, and I guess people take the vows too laxly. I think that's what it is.
No one means it but the dude. That's all it is. Because he's doing that actually. That puts it on the line. You see?
Yeah.
He's doing that actually hanging up the jersey. He's doing that really means it. That's why it means a lot. But to them, it's always if they came into that game already expecting to be married, you're just a filler. They already had the whole idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're just the drop in.
Yeah.
But you were never planning on hanging it up. And then they're like, you know what? I'm really fucking with. So we're the one that really mean it. You know what I'm saying? But Charles, we're a dime a dozen to them, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say guys really are the ones that mean it. That's why when shit get bad, niggas just stick it out.
But Swerve, what have you been up to, bro? We've been on what Nate been up to for like 40 minutes.
Oh, what
it's you guys that segued into this.
What have I been up to? Oh, I went to the movies the other day. I seen Sinners.
How the fuck you on? That's part of what it's supposed to be one of the topics.
Is it a topic? I didn't even know. You asked me what I've been up to.
I just like Sinners. You might as well dip a dove in that. Pause.
Yeah. Did I have anything else going on? Nah, not really. Yeah, let's go into Sinners. What happened? Oh no, Juno, what you had going on?
Oh, it's wonderful that you guys would ask.
I
actually I'm gonna slow it. Like I asked you how you do something.
That would have been a nice flow, but then I was like, I forgot about Melvo. I seen the little black M on the screen.
So I've done a lot this past couple of weeks, man. It's doing a lot of family shit. Easter was 420.
Oh yeah, 420.
I became a card holder.
Oh yeah, big card.
Big green card.
Big green card, not the little one.
So yeah, man.
So
I went to a party.
So now we in there. We got a plug. Now we got the plug. We don't got to be worrying about who's in Boston and who's in Vegas this weekend. Just send Juno to the store real quick. Juno, go to the store real quick.
Yeah, this shit's expensive though.
I still gotta worry about it.
What you mean?
You still gotta worry. Don't start making plans. You still gotta worry about it. Yeah.
You know, like when you was younger and your homeboy got a driver's license?
Yeah.
And a car?
Yeah. He's trying to make plans on his behalf. You remember Reagan's, Juno?
Yeah.
I think we used to have plans. We said, nigga, fuck them plans, dog. You were with us tonight. We used to just go make plans all in my dog's car. Shit was classic.
Was everybody giving him $5 at a time? He was taking $5 for everybody,
because
right?
if you gave them lots of money, he'd just hurry up and drop you and take off. So we'd give him $5 per time. We're like, nah, go here, we'll give you $5. Go here, we kind of had to ration the money because if you ever fill him up, that ain't gonna make an excuse that he had to go home. His dad called him. Niggas be slick like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, you had to be smart about it. Classic. That's when school used to get out at 3. You don't make it home to 10 p.m. 10, 11 p.m. Shit was
real vagabond shit out there.
Did a shift outside.
We were fucking. What the fuck was wrong with us?
Shift outside.
Till dark.
That was life, though. I feel like that life was that was.
But you wouldn't allow. I guess you would allow it, but your kids wouldn't do it. But
they're so fucking sorry.
But people, I feel like people don't allow it at all anymore.
Listen, that was peak life. Now, as an adult, and I look at it, you had 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of school. Let me drop 8 hours in the streets, chilling.
Yeah.
No bills. If you want to dip out, they're saying that, and then on the weekends. You really outside. You might step out the house at 10, 11, noon.
Because it wasn't parents. Parents didn't want to do shit with you. So they wanted to keep you outside the house as much as possible.
Yeah, they didn't want you in the crib.
After school,
I don't think there was as much crazy motherfuckers just grabbing people and...
maybe we didn't know about it. Maybe we didn't know about it. We didn't know about it. Yeah, but they've been out here snatching kids up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff that shit's already been there. Just certain times society decides to pay attention to it.
Do you know anybody that was kidnapped?
They gone. No one know.
You guys don't know nobody that's been kidnapped.
Not that I. Possibly there is a girl. I possibly do know someone who's been kidnapped.
What girl?
And I see her on Facebook. I see her, and then I have conversations with my other friend. I'm like, I think she's being sex trafficked right now because we can't really get a hold of her, but she be posting weird shit on Facebook. Like there's somebody there controlling her, and she's not who she says she is anymore. I think she's being sex trafficked. But what can I do? I'm only one man.
Send me the link.
Dang. I haven't seen her in a long time too. I remember last time I did see her. She was definitely breathing and alive.
Did she look normal?
Yeah, she looked normal.
I think Surf's giving herself an alibi. Last time I seen her, she was definitely breathing and alive.
And alive.
I was out.
Yeah, I remember.
You see me, right? You see me, right? Maybe told me that night.
I have witnesses to see that
when I last time I was alibi,
so I don't know.
But that's what I
last time. What did you say?
What are you talking about last time?
Since last time we having the space encounter, the UFO encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I have a what's name upstairs telescope, so I brought it downstairs. So I'm about to start.
You bought the telescope after?
No, we always had one. It was in my daughter's room.
Okay.
But I actually want to start buying binoculars and invest in like good camera.
Mm-hmm.
It made me realize how important it is to have quality.
You should just get a bunker too, like start up like
I don't need a bunker, just
like a safe room maybe.
But I've been hearing some shit, so I am kind of behind the 8 ball. Like the billionaires are building the bunkers. You know what I'm saying? We in some strange times right now.
Billionaires gonna leave us back here on Earth by ourselves when the shit go down.
Oh, I told you. That's what I told you. I don't know if I checked it. I tell you, I'm about in the conspiracy space. I was telling someone I'm about to go check out the flat Earth thing. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna let y'all know. Did I tell you I was planning to do that?
Yeah, do some research. Let me know.
I'm gonna let y'all know though,
because I'm still not 100% on either side. So I can be. I can be swayed. I can be swayed.
I'm gonna go over that side and let y'all know. Is there?
Yeah, let me know. Yeah.
Is there anything worth?
First of all, figure out what the hell is going on in Antarctica that we can't go there.
It's part of that. That's part of it. That's what I'm saying. That part of that Earth is flat shit. That's Antarctica is based in. That's
Let me know what they got going. Let me know what they got going on over there.
All right, we got a question of the week this week. What was the last song that made you tear up or cry?
I used to have a song, and I played that song all the time. First Heartbreak.
No.
First Heartbreak, and then I play it all the time. Tamia. What is the name of the song? Tamia, Officially Missing You. Can't nobody do me like you. Every little thing we do, hey baby, it stays on my mind, and I'm officially missing you. That's my shit right there, B.
That's a nice little rendition.
No problem. You know, I do a little. You know, I get my little sizzle on sometimes.
What about?
I can't think of any of my first. Maybe sometime when I can't really think of any song that made me tear up.
But I got a new song too. After my mom passed away, I went on, because you see I've been posting a lot, especially on my page. But after my mom passed away, I made a little, like a clip for her, and I used the Daniel Caesar song. And now every time I scroll by it, I hear that song, it just makes me think about her. And that song's supposed to be like a love song.
It's the song.
It's just
associated around when you last year were around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just all the pictures and stuff that I have posted on the page with the wake and the funeral and everything. Mm-hmm. Great song though.
And Nate, you telling me you can't come up with one song?
That nigga's an animal. He don't have the emotions.
Here's what happened. I wasn't really tapping into my emotions like that till maybe when I was popping like gummies, then now rehearing songs. I've been in the time where I was like on a mushroom trip, heard some good Justin Bieber that really got to me. He was saying he makes some songs.
I think it said Justin Bieber.
I can tell you which album. He has a whole album where it's kind of like I'm gonna tell you, it's not one of his love songs. He got songs. Justin Bieber got hits out here.
Okay.
This is the exact album too.
Nate, we'll just leave it at Justin Bieber makes you cry.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
Really right there.
So for me,
Justin Bieber.
It's "I Wish" by R. Kelly.
Classic song.
That's a
classic song.
Oh, you know
R.
what
Kelly
song
has
made you tear up? Back in 8th grade when Emergency. Not Emergency. What was her name? Vitamin C. As we go on.
Oh yeah.
Remember.
That's like one of those graduation songs.
Yeah, the graduate when that first came out.
Oh, there's the other graduation song. What's that?
There you go.
What's that? Green Day song.
That's another one.
Yeah, that's a graduation song. That one at graduation, they're showing all the clips of everybody in school and during the class and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, this is trying to hold back tears right now.
The boys had a hit, boy. Once you get one of those little hits, just like Green Day, them shits go for years. What song is that? The Green Day. Yeah,
that shit.
Speaking of crime, Pope Francis has passed away.
Damn, R.I.P. to my guy. Gone too soon.
I don't know what to say.
What you want to say? Say some shit.
Because this Pope, he was a very liberal Pope. He was like half. He was kind of fugazi with it. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of anything goes.
He wasn't going by the book.
Nah,
he was freestyling. He was a freestyler.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So he on some foo shit. You know what I'm saying? He might have been compromised.
What does the Pope do?
He's kind of like the boss of the church in a sense. Like he's like the face of it.
I think he's like the face of the church.
Yeah, he's like a beacon, and then he kind of passes judgment over stuff. He's like the closest to God. You know what I'm saying?
Appointed though.
On Easter, On Easter, Will's trying to figure out what the hell the Pope do, and we couldn't come up with nothing. And then that nigga died the next day.
Put that on my boy.
That's crazy.
That shit was
so he died after Easter.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the Pope is
You think he's gonna resurrect?
No, they're gonna judge another one.
No, I'm just saying though. He died on Easter.
He can come back if he want. He gonna be unemployed.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing for them. The thing is, the church is probably absolutely corrupt.
Yeah, the Catholic Church.
Yeah, you talking about one of the oldest institutions around.
Yeah,
they co-signed for almost every war in the world back in the days. They got all that gold that they stole from all these countries. They didn't return none of that shit back. They own the most real estate in the world, yet we still have a housing problem. These motherfuckers are straight. They pay no taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, most of their countries that they infiltrated and put their religion into are third world countries.
Exactly. And even in those countries, those people are paying tithes. They pay tax. They pay into the Vatican. They get no kickback. They run a smooth operation and pay no taxes. The church is absolutely corrupt.
So what we gonna do?
We got to get one.
They're in a vulnerable position right now.
I always say that. Fuck around. It just hit me the other day. I don't want it to sound. Let me not put it on the air because if I end up doing this play, I don't know.
You want niggas to snatch up the play before you get to it.
It ain't that I want to get to. I don't want to.
Nate, don't talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But we could talk about the pastor that said close the doors. We ain't never talk about him, right?
No,
I think it said close the doors.
Close the door. I ain't doing nothing but going out the brunch anyways.
That's a quick come up. The nigga said there's 100. If there's 100 people in here right now, all y'all. It was more than 100. He was like 1,000 people in here right now.
Yeah.
And everybody give me 20.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the back of me, y'all all give me 100 because it costs to sit up here. And then everybody at home.
People online too to donate.
People online donate 20.
Them. It's a legal hustle though.
That's one day. If you do that every Sunday, come on.
Here's why the church is corrupt, because the church has always been part of the aristocracy. How do I pronounce that? Aristocracy.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. I can't help you.
It's basically like high society. There's like a caste system. There's already the upper class. The church has always been part of it. And basically, anytime the kings or queens or governor wants to run shit, they run it through the church. They're like, hey, if I want to raise money for the poor, or I'm giving out hams and stuff like that, the church is kind of like the church. The church is kind of like the unofficial city hall for the people. And then even if there's a new administration on there, like if I go through and we kill everybody and run shit down, the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna tell the church, hey, you tell us that it's you kind of co-sign for us. Don't tell them people to revolt. Tell them to kind of just be good Christians. Just follow along. Tell slaves to, I'm saying, don't buck the system. And in return, I won't tax you. You kind of co-sign us. You don't stand in our way, but you know what I'm saying? They let you kind of have your little system.
Which
and in
king
return,
was
you
it?
co-sign our big system.
Which king was it that got them to the church to like change up the Bible to
King
make
James?
It seems
That's one, but he's one of many that's
like
y'all niggas always trying to put some shit on LeBron.
Yeah, that's King James. Yeah, sometimes they'll go back and then add their own version and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the church is running this shit.
Yeah, I mean they're part of one of the oldest power systems out there. The church is part of along with the crown. You gotta imagine the church had different countries fucking with them. So when Hitler went to go to war, you gotta have to kind of co-sign, go to the church to get the church's blessing. When back in the days when the crown went to go to war, U.S., all them places, they used to have to get his blessings. After a while, they don't even get his blessings as long as he just won't speak against them. It's more symbolic than anything now.
All right. We missed this the last time was because we haven't recorded so long.
Damn, Kai.
I think Michelle is giving black women a bad look now.
We talking about her show or her kind of co-signing this? It did kind of sound wild, like she's kind of like, I don't know if it's bad. It's wild.
It would be crazier. It would be crazier if she was like divorced. She sounds like a woman that's divorced or about to be divorced, or like in an openly.
Maybe it sounds wild, but what it is just that women like they're always on a co-sign bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? They don't really talk to each other. It's like they kind of like you go girl or champion even bad behavior. So She's over here.
But
saying,
you're the opposite. You're a married woman. You're championing what you're not.
Exactly. They just never say no. They like even when no one will lead you astray than a woman. You know what I'm saying? The women to women. You know what I'm saying? They just gas each other up.
Imagine your wife is upset with you for being the world's most powerful man as the president of the United States. That nigga
win.
Obama said Michelle was giving him grief about his second term, bro.
She probably ain't want to be in that shit. I thought you said he's gonna do this shit a quick 4 years.
And we out of here.
John, this was supposed to do play. I ain't trying to switch up my whole life.
Yeah, but 8 years ain't that crazy.
4 years switches up your whole life.
I don't see how you
bigger
see
picture.
the bigger picture. This is the bigger picture. This is the fucking president. You're not the most powerful position in the world. You kind of wilding, man.
I'm telling you, bro. I was just like, damn, this is not a good look for black women, bro. It's like you can't please. I can't become the most powerful person in the world, and you're not satisfied with that.
What do you? I don't know. 4 years. If I'm taking it from her perspective, is 4 years not enough? Did I need to do that second 4 years? Tom Brady's whole shit's fucked up now because he didn't want to listen when she said, "Bro, just shut this shit down." What did he get? He got an extra ring, but did he really? Before he got that ring in Tampa, we considered him a GOAT. He didn't need to do that extra.
You know how bad one-term presidents look nowadays?
Is that worth losing your wife? You think he'd rather go through that or go through a divorce? One term, lose your second term, or go through 2 terms and have a divorce, lose your wife?
You telling me you want me to pick the president of the United States, me being the president of the United States, or my wife?
No, you can still be the president, but you're not going to be president for 2 terms. Just 4 terms, and you get to keep your wife. Or you can do, 4 years and you keep your wife, or you can do 8 years and you lose your wife. Which one you going for?
I might have to take them 8.
You doing it for America. It's
America.
patriotic. Yeah, you got to be patriotic. I'm just saying that.
I'm taking the 8, bro.
But what did he get out of the extra 4? How many more millions did he make?
Work now? It's just life changing. Ain't enough.
Yeah,
not enough.
That nigga's worth about 500, 600 million.
How much was he worth after the first 4 years? Because I'm pretty sure that book is probably he got like 2 books, 3 books.
You never heard the question? They say, "How much is enough? How much is your number?" They said, "The number is more." That's the answer. You said. Or they said, "Have you had enough?" You just say yes.
And then they say, "How much is your marriage worth?" And then you say,
"You're gonna really have to be up if you're gonna need a divorce." You gotta really have to be up if you don't want it to hurt you. If you want to be in that poorhouse.
What you're talking about poorhouse? What if I just don't want to lose my wife? What if I actually love this lady and I don't want to lose her?
I wonder if they get divorced, will she still be assigned a Secret Service detail?
Yeah, she will.
Nah, for what?
Because she's the first lady. They do it for like I forget how many years.
Your ex first lady.
You're no
used
longer
to be for life. I think they changed it to the first 16 years or something like that. They used to be for life. You have a Secret Service detail.
We've never had a president get divorced during or after their presidency.
We have not.
No, they rather just
they locked in. If anybody was going to get divorced, you would have thought it would have been Hillary, right?
Exactly, and she stuck it
Hillary
out.
was a rider.
Locked in.
I'm telling you, Michelle's giving a bad look for black women, bro.
And then she ended up running for president.
She ended up becoming a senator.
Mm-hmm.
Then the vice president, Secretary of State, then running for president, being the first, lady to run for a big ticket. But Trump out here protecting the crown. 2 times. Every time he's gonna get out of line, he sends him back in the kitchen.
I remember when I was
That's what I told my wife. I said Trump be beating bitches' ass.
Yeah, each time these ladies try to get a little hope, I say, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Send him back in the kitchen. Trump out here restoring shit out here, you man.
Trump is literally holding up the patriarchy.
It's needed. It's needed, the patriarchy. What other system is there?
A matriarchy.
Where?
Going for that.
There's none.
Yeah, where's that at? Who going for it?
The Amazons.
They have the numbers to pull it off if they wanted to pull it off.
And all of them are like super warriors, so they fight.
No, I'm just saying, in general, women, there's more women than men. If they wanted to be a matriarchy,
I guess it would take a lot more of them. It would I mean, they would have to actually want to fight. It would have to be a large amount of them.
Take 3 dudes.
Exactly.
How many women would they have to be to equal like each dude?
You need at least 16.
6 to 1? 16 to 1?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say 5 to 1, 5 to 6 to 1, because they got to be able to jump each. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, just remember the last time you was in a room full of women, right? Just you, and it was just a whole bunch of women. Like
how much you can take that?
Your female, your wife's friends and shit like that, and you're the only.
Yeah.
One, right.
I already know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Can you knock out before you get exhausted?
I'm gonna clean the whole room, easy.
Exactly, bro.
Easy, buddy.
And there's nothing.
You know, like Street Fighter, where you have to put the car.
You
know, like Street Fighter or Tekken, when you have to punch the car between rounds to get points.
Yeah.
Just a room full of you.
You can literally kill all of them.
Yeah, you lock the doors. Give me enough time. Bare hands. Yeah, I can make it happen.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. That's why a matriarchy would never be able. It would never work.
I mean, that's the thing about humans, though. We might be too smart for our own good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know how like my son said some word did to me. He was like, we were looking at like a 4-year-old earlier today. And he was like, "I was like, do you remember when you're that age?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "That's kind of odd because he's just turned 12." I was like, "You're not really that far removed from it, and you can't remember it." I like, just imagine me. You know what I'm saying? It is kind of odd how we kind of forget our baby years. You know what I'm saying? At what point?
He's saying he forgot it already, and he's only 12.
Yeah, he can't remember like being 4 years old. He's like that's before I got sentience. But they really kind of mean like self-awareness. Like, like what do you mean sentience? Like,
did he say sentience?
He said sentience.
Yeah, man, your kid's a genius.
Yeah, you're like, and I'm like, I guess that is the kind of way, but it ain't really sentient. Like, yeah, it's kind of like you don't really know you're alive. Then we're like, yeah, and I'm alive. Like, but it ain't a light that go. It ain't like a light bulb that goes off.
Sentience?
Sentience.
I don't even know that word.
Yeah, I know you don't know the word. That's why I'm surprised that he knows the word.
He's kind of he be on that shit. So. But I get what he meant. I'm like, we do kind of have different stages.
Sentience is
self-awareness.
Like self-awareness. Like you're not awake yet.
Yeah.
Sentience is when that switch turns on that you're alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you're just out here. Our first stage, we're just babies and kids, toddlers, flitting around, learning shit. Then after a while, we were like, no, your parents tell you do shit every day, and at one point, your kid got sentence. Your kid, matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly. Your son used to do whatever the fuck you wanted to tell him you do, and at one point, that nigga just said no.
Yeah,
he just turned on and became his own man at one point, right? You know, that's what happened. Yeah. At one point, he just went up, "What the fuck, bro? I got money." That was his first switch to sentience. That's how I feel like the next one's gonna be when they become their own little person at 2 or 3 years old, and then they kind of have another one when they're like toddlers. Each time there's a stage, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. And I was telling them like my oldest daughter, she's 18, and it's like soon as she turned 18, she was like,
He said his youngest daughter's 18.
My oldest. No, that was the thing. My oldest is 18. But I remember shooting she turned in like that.
You act like we 40 years old, nigga. We 29 and 20 and 31.
Who?
Yeah, you talking crazy. I'm almost up there.
Nate's almost up there. You about to be 40 in a couple months.
39 or 40. Where am I?
You're gonna be 40, sir.
You sure?
Hold on.
No, you're gonna be 39.
Yeah, you're gonna be 40 because I'm
We're
39.
the same year.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I'm 85.
Yeah, I'm 86.
Okay, so you're churning.
I'm a whole YN out here, bro. I don't know what you talking about. You old ass nigga, old ass nigga over here talking about some fresh.
I'm a fresh 39. If anything, I'm like a 37. It's like an old 37. In fact.
Well, I'm a 39, but my 39 is like more like an older 35.
Matter of fact, mine's is really like a rusty 27. A very rusty,
very out of shape 27.
Yeah,
very bad.
27.
Nigga 27, but when niggas find out that you 27, they shock. They're like, "You're 27? Hell, fuck no! What the hell happened to you?"
Yeah, but it's still 27 though.
Yeah, but I keep them clean though.
Yeah. It's one of those 27, but it's still going. Like. You tell them it's one of those 27. You're like, I'm 27, but I'll look like it. You're like, no, you sure don't.
Yeah, you sure.
It was very crazy of Swerve bragging about 86.
86, baby.
Yeah, I'm 85.
I'm like, God damn, these niggas are old.
When you was born?
87, baby.
Get the fuck out of here. I love it. 87, baby. Out here.
Well, either way, I'll say like my 18-year-old, so she turned 18. She went from being like a regular teenager, so hang out, you know what I'm saying, to light switch on. I'm 18, I do what I want type feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like another switch turns on.
Why? It's because we've been giving them that number the whole lives, telling them, "Hey, you're not an adult," and then they realize, "Hey, now I'm 18. I can do what the fuck I want to do. I'm an adult."
And they are also right though.
Yeah, they are right, but at the same time, they're inside your house.
Exactly, and we always sell half the dream. We tell them we need to do what you want, but like you still can't do what you want if you don't have no money.
Yeah,
you still need a car. There's still other parts to it, but we just sell one half the dream. It's just a number.
The good ones will figure it out. They'll start making some money. They'll get out their shit.
They'll have to get ready to it. Yeah. If you really want to get out, but when you spoiled, they just hop out. Oh, I'm 18 now. Like, yeah, what the fuck? That don't mean nothing now. Now you got to get all the other parts.
I think some of the kids who got kicked out at a young age are doing better in life because they were forced to learn.
Oh, of course,
how to take care of themselves.
You still got to go through the process.
I don't believe that.
Why don't you believe that?
Who got kicked out at 18?
My little brother actually just got kicked out recently, and this nigga be outside, living his best life.
You need it though. If they're gonna be inside the crib, well, baby, we didn't need it because we had freedoms. You was able to go out, but you gotta imagine all these kids that weren't allowed to go out there in lockdown. They need to be able to go out and experience the world at one point. Because what they're gonna do, just go from their parents' house to just their own house. They never been outside. It's kind of like the passage of either going to college or being out. Some people don't have none of that. They didn't go to college. They just went from high school.
College route.
They went to college. They went to high school. They went to PBCC. They're still at home. They're still back at home. And now they're gonna probably just buy a house within the same city. They never left. They miss a whole a vital part. Not being out. Not either going to college. I didn't get to go away for college, but I was still out regardless. But even that experience is a big pivotal part. A lot of people don't even get to. But you talking about folks that didn't even get to even do that.
And there's probably a lot of things you didn't have to learn because you were with your wife the whole time.
Oh, because that's another thing I was saying earlier. Because I didn't do things traditional, so I was out the game real early. You know what I'm saying?
They never put you in, bro. You was that nigga said, "Coach put me in." We never got put in. Talking about he had to give up the game.
You has had the whole experience of going to college, frat life. You actually also Swerve went to Daytona. Kind of had your couple of years, and now you got you don't think that's better than versus think of it just staying back home and just Lantana the whole time.
Yeah, I definitely think it's better.
Yeah,
but even getting kicked out.
Those were struggle years, but there's struggle years within that though. There were lessons learned between that.
I learned a lot.
And, there's struggles. That's how you become.
You learn a lot more that route.
Yeah,
how to
just putting you out, no life experience, no nothing.
how to manage your money, how to make food last long, how to cook food, all that stuff. You had to do it yourself. Trial and error, washing clothes. I didn't even have a wash and dryer. I had to go to the laundromat.
It's struggle though. It's part of the human experience. You gotta get part of it. Some of these kids ain't doing none of that. And then you gotta imagine they missed out the whole being out, the whole stuff growing up. These kids are all inside babies. The life is I'm glad our era, bro. Fuck that.
I guess it's all relative because they love it. They don't want to be outside.
Yeah, but just to be on the phone, seeing anything digital.
It might just be in certain areas because I feel like in my neighborhood, I'd be seeing kids outside. I'd be seeing them outside, and it'd be like I'd be seeing kids walking down the street. It'd be 8 o'clock. Like right now, there might be some kids outside on their bikes right now, probably headed home. But
are these
where the hell
kids
was they
or
at?
high schoolers?
I'm talking about like maybe like high schoolers, maybe like teenagers. 14s, 15s.
I mean, there's still a few. There's still like the athlete types. You got to imagine when you're younger, you used to go out and play ball. Even if you weren't good, you used to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I be seeing kids walking around with their balls. Pause.
Versus a few
you go play ball and then you hang out. I was like, wow.
Boy, yeah, pause. Let's get into these absurdities, though.
Oh, we didn't get into those absurdities yet? What time is it?
Get into absurdities yet.
Y'all look, we started at a decent time.
We did politics with Michelle Obama and shit.
Oh, we didn't even deep dive in that, y'all.
No deep dive. We good. Next, go to the next
another
step.
part of it, though. He's
no
saying
deep dive. What happened?
Okay, the next part of it is the fact that who she was interviewing during the interview. He's saying that she's
Tracy Ellis Ross.
It was Tracy Ellis, and Tracy Ellis was on there saying how she's kind of prefers younger men. You know what I'm saying? Or dates younger men more often because she feels like older men are kind of like set in their ways and just toxic. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you see like Miss Obama kind of like co-signing. I can't even say she's co-signing. At first she was like, "You go, girl." Like when kind of co-signing the whole younger men thing, that kind of looks throwed. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of made Twitter go all up in a firestorm because guys is like saying if a guy said this or just when a guy said this before, y'all roasted him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going off on guys talking about they could be older dating younger women because it's kind of taking advantage. Remember they went off on Omarion? Off that shit. They
calling it grooming.
Yeah, they calling it grooming on social shit. But when these women do it, y'all over here talking about you get it, girl. You older women. I understand why y'all don't think because it's a thing that all these older women, these aunties, these cougars out here dating YNs. To matter of fact, sometimes just real sick shit. But I can't say it's.
I don't say nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
And the thing is,
because the aunties be looking like Cardi B's and Nicki's and Meg Thee Stallions.
The YNs don't care. They out here calling them fine shit, this, that, and the third. They don't really care, and they kind of like them better because they like their girls. They like grown women. The grown women got money. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even be breath versus tricking off on young girls. They only doing the spinning. So a lot of these YNs don't even matter. These older girls, and these young girls don't matter because the young niggas they got more. These young niggas they're ready to go anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. They get the benefits. You got to go. You get a what's that? But it is kind of hustling backwards. That nigga get you pregnant at your old age. You are dating a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is backwards. But
he's an adult.
Yeah, he's a grown man. If he could step up, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it's a poor decision if you're a woman. You don't make no sense. You're usually supposed to date up, not date down.
But in age,
that's just how it goes. That's the system.
You're saying dating up.
Women date up as far as you
status, finance. I didn't know about age. Age is just a number.
Age is it's through
that's
maturity.
What R. Kelly said.
Yeah, that's what R. Kelly said. That's what Aaliyah said too.
So it's even with age, it's about maturity.
I think you're saying maturity, but she's saying that mentality. Yeah, she's saying the older guys have that mentality. Toxic mentality that she doesn't agree with, and the YNs are more like, you know what?
And in the same interview, she was saying how she kind of grieves the fact that she's never a wife and she's never had any children. You know what I'm saying? But that's another part. So And it just made a whole discussion online. I kind of feel like she's also suffering from success. She's Diana Ross's daughter. She's been popular her whole life. She went after her career. She kind of put being a wife on the back burner. I imagine, especially if she has an issue, if she feels like men her age are more toxic. She's a feminist. She's been a boss too long.
But at the end, she's crying about how not crying, but like she's telling us or telling the people that she wants to be a wife and wants to find that one person and all that bullshit.
But
but that person is going to be a younger man, is what she's saying.
She out the game. She kind of cool with it. You know what I'm saying? She already know.
So now I'm thinking, okay, she's dating younger men, but she's dating to get married.
No,
or is she just dating just to date?
I think she's at peace that wife thing ain't happening no more. You know what I'm saying? Now she just kind of being at peace with she's not against it, but she kind of in terms with that shit ain't coming no more.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. If you're not gonna get married anyway, at least get with the young strapping young man, not the old saggy balls.
Here's the issue: men online are saying y'all would never allow this for men, this, that, and the third. They catch them.
Yeah, you already see what they're doing to Shannon right now. She's with
damn right that into Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was known for saying he made them young things. You know what I'm saying? As they say, them 80s babies.
Yeah, nice young little tenderoni. 80s babies.
Maybe.
That's too damn old. That's 2000. Don't call 80s babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they call them the what they call what do they call them? The 2000 babies?
I don't know. They definitely born in the 2000s at least, because this girl is not 25.
Yeah, it's 2000 babies. That's what they call them. Demil baby, Timon Demil. Let's call them Timon Demil. So they go for the young tenderonis.
Young tenderoni.
And
PYT.
And online they'll say that Shannon Sharp's like 56 years old out here. Well, he out here busting down a 22-year-old.
19.
Why is it sick? Because he's 56?
19-year-old.
Nigga is in better shape than all three of us combined.
That's another thing I like. Y'all kind of wild, and he's in excellent fucking shape. There is that, but people saying it's kind of like predatory. It could be the person's dad 2-3 times over.
So
there is that's another sentient moment. After 18, say I'm grown. When you're in the grown club, everybody's grown.
Yeah, she likes older men, and he likes younger women.
It's like VIP. Now you're in this club, everyone's in at this.
That should be Club Shay Shay's
red velvet
motto.
The motto.
Yeah, you said once you what?
Once you're 18, you saying once you're in.
Yeah, but you used a different phrase last time.
The sentence or
no, man. You said something about if you in a grown club, you in a grown club.
Well, I was flowing. No, I lost it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you with the grown folks, you know what I'm saying? You with the grown folks, there's different sections. Once you're grown, you're grown. You with the grown folks. That's we don't chop it. We don't say there's the senior folks. This is what I'm saying.
It's just one level.
There's one level. This is the highest level. This is the section. This is the adult section.
It's the one group.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, if they want to change the discussion, if they want to have a discussion about changing that number,
exactly. They want to have rules, have different stuff. My thing is,
you want to change adult to being 21, then that's different.
Women don't want agency but no responsibility.
Women would take that because that's child support to the 21.
Oh Jesus!
That's actually 3 years of child support.
Yeah, for them. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like maybe you move back to vote. If at whatever age their voting age should go to that. Whatever they consider them being adult, that they can't say they got tricked out of guys, they got abused, they got let on, they didn't know any better. Whatever age that is, that's the age you can start voting at. If a motherfucker gets to pray over you and false lead you, whatever age that's the age their voting age needs to be.
Maybe it needs to be 19.
Nah, Nate, there's people getting tricked at 30.
That's wild. That should be their voting age. As soon as you stop getting tricked, as soon as you're grown enough to be smart enough to realize
something is never gonna vote.
To realize that They're like, he got me. He ain't really fucking with me like that. It was, I can see it now. He only came at nighttime. I couldn't go out there because when you saw once you connected all the dots, you're like, all right, I'm ready to be an adult. I'm ready to vote. Fast forward to your boy Shannon Sharp. It's not looking good for you, boy.
Swimming in the milk.
Swimming in the milk.
Swimming in the milk.
That's brand new milk, bro.
Fresh. Still got the blue mustache.
It seems like he's obviously being extorted.
You know how evil you gotta be to tell a motherfucker to choke you and tie you up and choke you, then sue them for choking you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's crazy. Diabolical, though.
Yeah, it's diabolical, but I feel like everybody can kind of see that's what's happening.
Well, of course, you can kind of see it, but now you come back right when I got $100 million deal on the line. You expose this shit. Now I might be getting fired. You expose the phone calls.
Public shakedown, bro.
It's a shakedown, and he offered you $10 million. You didn't accept it. I'm kind of blown that he offered $10 million. I'm like, I'm still too hood because I just would have put a bag on your head. It don't make no sense. I'm paying that much money. I would have spent at least $5, $2 million. Not even that. It's crazy. I would have to go after the lawyer too. It don't make no sense. People out here paying $10 million for
but that's just down. Yeah. The turning it down part is crazy.
I'd be like, lawyer, I'm gonna have to come after you if you can't make this deal go.
Because especially when you're obviously exploiting this man. Yeah, this is
for me. You really size.
You've had a consensual sexual relationship with this man since 2023.
You might as well come physically assault me for that type of money if you're gonna take it from me. You can't just get it off the cuff, dog. It's crazy. This is it don't make it only because there's legal loopholes. You're about to sue, kind of press them. No, you're gonna sabotage the next bag.
I guess
offer you $10 million, you turn it down. That shit is so fucking evil.
I guess come to find out that. This is what I'm hearing, that they're saying that there was a NDA where they weren't even supposed to, neither one of them was even supposed to speak on that tape. And now Shannon just broke the NDA by speaking on the tape.
Yeah. And so, I guess that's what now they're going to release their 3 minutes. I don't even understand. I don't know how you understand which part you could say he's not supposed to speak on the tape, but you do the lawsuit and then
you're showing parts of the tape.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. This shit is just throw the $50 million lawsuit is nuts. 50 like only in America, though. Trump needs to tackle this shit.
Yeah.
This shit is
I would love something needs to happen. I don't want to see Shannon go down because of this is obviously just two adults having fun and one adult being tricked by a lawyer that snuck into her ear and said, "Hey, yo, we could get this guy for a lot of money. He's about to get $100 million from these dudes up here."
I blame this on the society. I blame this on the society. This pro
get the bag society.
No, that's part of it, but it's this call everybody pedos, call everybody rapists, and as a joke. And
I think that's
automatically it matters because in this society with men, anytime there's a salacious accusation and there's a charge, it's guilty and the proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? This believe all woman nonsense and the fact that we keep seeing money grab after money grab. They never chase the women down. You know what I'm saying? Society never really turned on. It's been abused. It's kind of like, things, the pendulum swinging one way to the other. We kind of openly see it out here. Men are out here getting extorted for money, and it's kind of like we're like, oh well, you just got to pay a tax.
When you find a play and you're eating off the play, of course you want to just keep eating and eating and eating. Yeah,
but I still don't see how society we gotta fix this. Like,
and then you're mad when they shut down the play and the play's not working no more. Them nobody shut it down yet, so they're gonna keep eating off of it as long as the play is working.
Yeah, but there's some plays that I can see like shit's getting crazy. Listen, people's gonna adjust. As you can see, men were getting their heads whacked off on these divorces, and now as you can see, divorce rates are at the marriage rates at like almost all-time low. These guys were like they're holding off, not getting married because let these niggas get a bag first. They're definitely not getting married. So it's kind of one of those things. Guys are wising up. The next thing that's gonna happen is the rich and powerful men keeps getting ripped off this and third. They're gonna find some kind of way to protect their assets. Right now, they're too vulnerable. There's just enough plays that they're allowing to go through, but at some point, somebody probably like, all right, we got to come up with another way to shelter this or get this thing going, because this is kind of getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? There's all sorts of plays that are common sense laws we could put in place to prevent some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see why it's not tackled. Like, athletes get regularly blackmailed, you know what I'm saying, get set up, folks out here just one-nighting them and having a baby with them and expecting millions. That shit is kind of thrown.
Yeah, you're talking about male victims. You know, guys, people don't care about
that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, any random female could just throw that jacket on you, and it's kind of like, oh, we just kind of believe it.
So you're saying we need to come up with our own play against them to level out the playing fields. It's
got to be this. I was saying with society to begin with this, I never understand why even guys would even throw it around when they're saying, like, even like when they're going against Trump, talking about, oh, you voted for Trump and he's been convicted. We need to not acknowledge any of this bullshit that's when they're going on throwing cases that are 30 years old, throwing all this fugazi ass cases. Men just need to just act like that shit is don't. If it happens in court, sure, but outside of that, we need just not act like it don't even exist.
So once you get the charge, like, after you get the charge,
it's like we treat it like a ticket. They pay their ticket, and they back up. We don't.
Yeah, we don't mention that ticket.
We just ignore it. Don't mess with the ticket. We just act like it ain't happened. That's all. Just like a ticket's no big deal. That's how we treat it. We can't hang it over people's heads. But like, because folks be like, "Oh, y'all voted for Trump. He's a felon. He's a sexual rapist." I'm like, that was a 30-year-old charge. There's so much fugazi shit that we out here just lay. People saying believe all women, but to what standards? And that guy got to carry that. Just like Shannon's gonna have to carry this, even if it beats the case.
What about
we've seen this happen time and time again. Jonathan Major. Remember, look what happened to him. Chasing the girl down, got pushed, lost everything, this other, and still he's not back, kind of got the dirt in his name. What's the other nigga, Juno, that was making that one film about the black uprising?
What's that nigga name?
And they came for him, cut him down early.
I can't remember his name. He did the Nat Turner movie.
Yeah. So shit like that. Like, we see this shit happen time and time again, dog. One slip up or one person lie against you, one said domestic issue, or even if you're not even the person around, you pay for that shit forever. That shit's kind of crazy. Like, it's not equality.
Okay, so what would you say about like the registry, like the sex offender registry? Should there be a limit on? So should there be a limit on there, or should they just not have that registry at all?
The sex offender registry is if it's for minors, I get that what's name for sure. I don't get as far as, is there like as an adult? I don't understand how sex offender, you catch a rape charge.
You're a sex offender.
This is not an issue. These guys aren't catching rape charges like they're going to jail for 30 years. They're catching civil charges for rape. If you're a sex offender, you went to criminal court, I don't give these niggas life. I don't give a fuck. Keep the registry. What I'm talking about is
civil. For civil.
That shit's bullshit. We can't hang this shit over people's heads because they just give that shit away. People sometimes just take a settlement just because it's less of a headache. Sometimes they fight it and they don't want to take the settlement, and their insurance company pays the settlement for them. You know what I'm saying? And you still goes out like that. It happens sometimes, but it's not it's like I said, any grounds on this whole saying she's brave but she got to check is that shit kind of checks out for me. I guess it's the least you could do, but it should be a criminal conviction before any civil conviction for any of these salacious ass charges, because to avoid the money grab aspect of it.
It's not a charge. It's just a threat of give me money.
It's a suit she's trying to sue him right now. Like, that shit's thrown to me. Go call the police if you felt you got raped. What the fuck you suing me for $50 million for? Get the fuck out of here.
That's what you got to tell them. You got to tell them, hey, man, call the police.
Yeah, press some charges. Yeah. Why we got to know about it? Why are we being informed? Why are you even allowed to bring this to court?
I think the issues were, I think there was actually only two issues that she mentioned. One was that he didn't wear a condom when he was supposedly supposed to be wearing a condom. I don't know if she asked.
So she's suing because lack of condom? Wow.
And then it sounds ridiculous. And the other one is there was a sexual act that happened that she did not consent to. while they were having sex. So that could be anything. It could be like, they've been having sex since 2023, mind you. It could have been this time. I didn't want him to put. I didn't want him to put the thumb in this time.
Exactly.
All the other times I did.
And you got him sounding like, oh, you're a freaky boy.
Yeah.
Some weird shit.
Yeah.
That could mean anything.
It could be anything. Something I didn't consent to. Yeah. It could be anything.
I'm like, come on, bro. This shit's crazy. This shit's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It happens entirely too much to powerful men.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Shannon at all. I'm just mad that.
Well, if you don't like Shannon, you're gonna use that as ammo. Women that don't like it, even guys that don't like him, always gonna make fun of him for that.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. And I don't see as men at the very. I can't tell women not to do it because women it gives them a win up. But for men, I'll be like, should never be a reason to use as a pile on as other men because it effectively affects all of us at all levels. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it for worst case scenario type shit. You know what I'm saying? If innocent men are getting shaken down like this, it could happen to your kid, this, that, and the third. They ain't feeling bad for sleazebags, but just in general, it's kind of thrown out here.
This can't happen to me. Ain't nobody in their right mind could sue me for $50 million.
Yeah, I guess, that's why people also don't feel bad. They're like, I ain't got it. They ain't going to sue me, but it's not even lawsuits. They ain't even stopping it. Yeah, I guess the lawsuit aspect is real crazy. Where we at?
Y'all tell me.
Did you see that Sinner movie?
Oh, I saw Sinner. Fucking incredible. I like the. You ain't sketches,
No, I have not watched it.
How you like the Swerve?
It was pretty good. I didn't know it was a vampire movie until like deep into the movie. I thought it was gonna be because when I only saw the trailer one time, and I thought it was gonna be like some type of like Exorcist type movie. Like I was seeing like them at a church or something. But then when I figured it was a vampire movie, I was like, oh shit, this is a vampire movie. With two Michael B. Jordans the whole time. Seamless. You couldn't even tell.
It's kind of all in all. It's not like it's only a vampire movie. It's kind of like an Exorcist. They had powers on there.
It was very much a vampire movie.
It is a vampire ultimately but it didn't limit those other worlds in there. As you can see, she mentioned other abilities.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what was kind of dope. They still had. It's almost like the multiverses of myths.
Mm-hmm.
You had the spirit chasing Native Americans, which they're kind of known for chasing spirits and stuff like that, which is known Native American, and they're the first one to chase the vampires. You know what I'm saying? You have the fact that they're doing hoodoo and voodoo to kind of bring back life, and she's over here speaking of her. She's over here talking about, he's hate, which is their own little thing. Be like, after all, it's not hate. She just realized he's a vampire. So she speaks on also all the other forms of magic and stuff like that, which is even deeper because they said that music pulls all those forms. That explains why she also kind of knows of them, but she also practices it.
That was some fire music too, though.
But not only was it fucking fire music, but that scene is fucking incredible when
they were panning through and all the different
genres of music. That shit is so fucking raw. That shit was so fucking. I'm like, bruh, this shit is dope as shit. And then the fact that they did different styles. Man, that shit was, and even the villain was fucking raw and all that.
The white dude,
white dude, and it's smart because the Irish are their own kind of poor. You know, they were enslaved. Is that they're treated like bootlickers when they first got here? You know what I'm saying? Is that so Irish is like of white folks, those like the only black ones. They didn't enslave them, but they were enslaved. They came here and became like the worst because you know what I'm saying, because they're at the bottom of their shit. You know what I'm saying? They became like mixed and police officers, but when they first got here, they're treated like shit. So that's the era he had first just got there, and it's fucking dope. Is
this only in theaters?
Yeah.
I gotta wait for it to drop on the Fire Stick or something.
Yeah. My wife just wanted to go to movies, and that's what was playing, so we went.
Well, It's about Ryan Coogler. You might want to put some money in your boy pocket. They did about 60 million first week.
Like I know him personally, I want to put some money in his pocket.
Well, you know, it's a black independent film. This is like the second biggest leading opening of an independent film since Jordan Peele's. These are good numbers from black producers, and it's kind of getting the genre going.
Okay. Well, I did my part.
Listen, Ryan Coogler's a beast, dog. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they did. The only issue with it is like I don't think it's kind of crazy having two end credit scenes in a vampire movie. This is like I said, it's like the multiverse Marvel type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I think there was people leaving, and then there was still some more shit going on. I was like, oh, good thing I didn't leave.
Yeah, so it is kind of crazy that they have not one but two scenes, and not only that, I feel like it gave you too much closure. Each scene gave you even more closure. It wasn't like, oh shit, come back for part two. They answered some questions, and they came back in the other scene and answered even some more questions.
Did I miss something? I think the last part I seen was the baby. No, that wasn't. Was there something after that?
Which one?
Was there something after the baby? When you saw when you saw the mom and the baby?
Yeah. After that, there's like two more scenes.
Maybe. What happened at those scenes? Because maybe I didn't see it.
There's the one he goes into the there's the one he goes into the bar. That's how it ends basically. I remember you see the kid grows up and he becomes Guy Barry, whatever, is a very popular jazz singer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And you see the other vampires that lived years later.
Okay, then I seen all that. Okay, and he had the high top. He was dressed like in the 90s, high top. The girl had the big hoop earrings. Yeah. Walked into the bar. Okay, yep. I saw that part.
And I think the other one was him. When you're supposed to give the guitar away, he had looked up and saw something or something like that. I forgot which two it was, but the fact that they had two endings,
okay, I saw those.
Yeah, I felt like it gave too much closure. I felt like they could have ended up. Matter of fact, that one dude that I like, though, the one dude that what's his name? The one nigga from
You talking about the big guy?
No, the black guy, dog. He got the meathead.
Oh, no, false. I don't know what you talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, dog.
Hey, yo. You talking about pause? I don't know what this guy's talking about, Judo.
You know that one nigga that he played in The Quick and the Dead as well. He played as the sheriff, the bald black dude.
Is this the guy, the bald black dude? Is this the guy that was playing the harmonica? The first guy that he found?
Yes. What's his name?
I forgot. I can't even picture his face right now.
He's a legend, but either way, we didn't see him die on screen. He kind of cut himself, and all the vampires were biting him. We didn't see him get killed off. I was like, maybe they could show he ended up. I thought at the end. Oh, that was the first cutaway scene. The first cutaway scene was the fact that he went back at the end and caught them boys when the white boys came back to check the trailer.
Oh yeah. He sprayed him up. Yeah. And that's when he saw the baby.
So to me, I would have thought like they went back to check the trailer. And then you'd have seen the bald black dude inside there because we didn't see him die. I thought maybe he's still inside the house because it was locked and they ran into the vampires. So like, damn, this shit's still out here. We get a chance to have a part two. No, they let him come back and kill everything. And then he got shot, right? So he's dying too, right? Or what's going on? Yeah, he died too. That's how he was with the baby, right? Because he got shot.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, exactly. So he died as well, but it's the end. But tell me this.
At least that's what I get.
At least that's this Coogee fit was not the flyest.
Oh yeah, very, very fly, very fly. I was trying to figure out what.
Fresh.
I was trying to figure out what genre this was supposed to be. Was this supposed to be 90s? Supposed to be early 2000s?
This is the 80s. Whatever Coogee was popular, Biggie type era. Shit was crazy. Like even early before like 80s, because he still had the big grill. This, that, and the third. Like, oh, this shit was fly. The issue is we're just gonna have to learn how to make black movies at a cheaper budget.
Was this movie made at a cheaper budget?
I believe so. I think he needs the thing. It made for like 60 million, something like that. So he made 60 million first week.
It did seem kind of dark the whole time.
It is like it's a scary movie. So scary movies are cheaper anyway. So if you get them to be cheap and maybe make good money, they churn better profits. So I was like, I like the fact seeing black folks in HD high quality movies. Like I said this before, the issue is the move that there's not enough of us that watch it to cover the overhead. So maybe through AI, maybe through technology, we're going to be better at being able to do it for cheaper. So we don't have to avoid the niche altogether because it's not financially feasible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's black people enough that we don't need to be worrying about everyone got to go see it, the C Center. You know what I'm saying? White folks out here doing shit, pleasure projects all the time whenever they feel like it, just because they can. But us, every one of our shit's got to be hit out the park, or because we might not get a chance again, or we all got to support it. Shit's thrown. You know what I'm saying?
You are correct. You are correct. But I did my part. I paid the fee, 2 seats. We was in there.
Oh, what y'all felt about this that little y'all know what I'm talking about, the Carmelo Anthony and
the kid that killed the.
You heard about that story, Juno?
Oh yeah. At first when I saw it, I was like, this nigga was probably wilding. And then the more you get into it, the more information come out. It seems like that nigga was the victim, and it was self-defense.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony and Austin the Calf. This whole thing with them boys going at it. Here's the issue. I don't want to jump. I didn't want to jump to conclusions already. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And we already know how the media plays stuff. This, that, and the third. First, when I heard it, it was thrown. I remember I saw a video online. I don't know if it was them. I seen a video of 2 black boys. They were at a tailgate or some shit, and a white guy came over and told him, "Hey, get your shit out of here." And the black boy was like, "Hey, you ain't got to talk to him like that." And you seen the white folks coming here trying to de-escalate it, this, that, and the third. So I thought it was that originally, but I think this might be something entirely different. What attract me, and like they're saying, them boys, the Carmelo Anthony went to the wrong spot or trying to get out the rain, went into the under the little gondola bullshit. You know them shits, the little tents.
Yeah.
So he was in the wrong area. So white boy tells him, basically, hey, get out of here. You're not in your spot. This and third. He was like, no, I guess for whatever reason, but they're telling me got to get out of here. This and third. And I guess it's not his job to enforce him, but he's getting ready to leave, or he's not being leave. The white dude in the pushing him like, hey, keep your hands off me. Dude pushed him again. And he said, hey, touch him again. You go see what happened. And the kid pushed him, and he stabbed him, and that's when the kid died. And he ran off, and the kid died. So he's claiming self-defense, and it made America almost split crazy. I can't say it made America split.
So was it a twin brother? Was it twin brothers?
They're twin brothers too. They're twin brothers. But here's the thing: the kids are the kid got 100 pounds on him. You know what I'm
saying? The one that died.
The one that died, yeah. So the one that died has almost 100 pounds on the small black boy. So and it's also the fact that he's in their area. They hit him 2 times. He warned them both times, hey, hit me and see what's gonna happen. Dude hit him, he hit me again, see what happens. And dude hit him and he stabbed him. So
2 times.
Yeah, I don't see the issue. They're talking about, oh, he can't be the aggressor and not claim self-defense. I'm like, how? That don't make no sense. I can't talk you into whooping my ass. This is what we're allowed to speak in America. We're in public school grounds. You don't get when do you get to physically move me from an area? There's no assigned seatings or any area. I happen to be in the wrong area. So what? You don't have to physically move me out of this area. I'm saying,
yeah, go get a teacher or go get somebody.
But either way, they were trying to hound them. There was 2 of the brothers, this, that, and thing, and the bigger brothers, and but either way, so immediately the black boy gets arrested, and they create a GoFundMe. He's hitting like $750,000 for early first week. They're over here trying to sue GoFundMe. Trying to shut down GoFundMe, and the people froze the site before giving them money. Like, how crazy is that? Like, each time these white kids do shit, with down a lot of money to be raised and them get the bread, but when these black folks out here get a innocent self-defense, when the black folk goes for self-defense, they changing the rules.
Because then they want to claim it's not self-defense. They want to say, why would this kid be bringing the knife onto a track field? That's what their thing is.
Yeah, but even if I brought the knife onto the track field or didn't have the knife, they're just trying to do disqualification. That has nothing to do with anything. I get to protect myself. That's an after effect. You know what I'm saying? If you were hitting,
what you're saying, I should be always allowed to carry this knife.
You gotta
so whatever happens.
What I want. What's in my face? If a knife or a gun,
you gotta
assaulted me. I have to de-escalate. Yeah, the weapon just happens to be a byproduct. I could have been a shoe, could have been a glue. And some people saying it wasn't really a knife, it was a cleat sharpener, which is, if you look online, it's kind of like a sharp object type thing. But either way, it's one of those fuck around and find out moments. Keep your hand. But white folks like to always feel like they're the authority of everything. That's one. Yeah. And then there's also some black motherfuckers that don't feel like listening to some shit. Yeah. So it don't make for a good mix, because
it don't make for a good day.
Yeah, it don't make for a good day. So I'm using both biases. White folks do like to pretend they're the authority of everything. And you also have some black folks that be like, can't nobody tell me nothing. They both happen. I'm saying it's kind of like a moving object, an unstoppable object runs into one.
But I feel one of those things is right and one of them is wrong.
All I know is you got two warnings. The warning defaults whatever could be wrong. I could have came in there and started it. I tricked you out of your position if I gave you the warning and you took them. If I tell you, don't touch me, and you touch me. Don't touch me again, you touch me. It don't matter if I'm there or not. I gave you two warnings. Now you got to go. That's self-defense. What do you want? How much times do I got to be a coward? We already have stand your ground. That means you don't have to back down, but I gave you two back downs.
It wasn't in Florida, was it?
It was in Texas. Same type of shit.
They got stand your ground?
Even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so,
Nigga, it's open carry Texas. Nigga blow you down.
Pause.
Pause. You know how it is. Hit you with that cannon in Texas, but they happen to be at a track meet, so they didn't expect that. Nigga hit them with that stab thing, getting some of that. We getting ready for the Canadians that are coming down, but it's fucked up. But it's sad that they're also minors, but it's crazy all sides that are playing to it, because the white folks, like these I've been in the red pill space, so the one thing I fuck around the red pill space is that these folks call it how it is. It's the red pill space is like the misogynist, the racist is that out there. And I thought the one thing that I thought we were bonding. You know what I'm saying? I thought like, we out here chasing the tiny hats down, listening to the story, exposing the stories of the real. You
guys found some common ground.
We had some common ground until this happened. I forgot for a second that I was dealing with racists.
Yeah.
It hit me like, oh man, this is a problem. I forgot. It wasn't that I didn't realize. I thought like guys that dealt in like, hey, I call it as it is, really call it as is, but I didn't realize it's like people do have their blinders on. Like white folks really can't see us as victims. It's like a default. You know what I'm saying? Like they really see our kids as a danger, like older than they are statistically, this, that, and third. Even though the guy had 100 pounds, just think of Trayvon Martin, nigga walking home, and these white folks will really justify the security guard that the dispatch told him, don't get out your car, sir.
He wasn't security guard. That nigga was neighborhood watch.
Neighborhood watch. They're cool with that guy saying that he had to kill the kid. And they're like, well, what do you want to do?
And I'm sure he raised more money than Trayvon did, probably.
Oh, of course. He raised millions. Niggas still out here reaching, man. White folks are out here cheering on. Well, I don't understand this issue. They really can't see us as victims.
He's out here signing bags of Skittles and iced teas.
They really can't see us as victims. And then you also have black folks now that are like, I don't give a fuck that nigga stabbed them on purpose that day. They feel like some black folks they're like, as much as we go through, it's about time these crackers feel that pain. So you have a bit of that. And some white folks are like, oh, I told you they hate us. These white folks are evil. So it's kind of we're playing in an interesting time now, which also conspiracy me sees that like you're like, hold on.
You see the strings. You already know the strings, how the strings work.
Because I already know the tiny hats know we on their ass right now. And they already know like anytime there's a union, we gotta cause some friction. We gotta break this shit up. We got a country coming together. And it happens every time. Right now, Israel's hot right now. The whole world's looking at a genocide, just looking crazy. And all of a sudden, there's a big moments thing that's causing friction among the races all over again. You know what I'm saying? And here comes Nick Fuentes saying, look, man, are we ready to talk about the black problem? We just can't live next to them. You know what I'm saying? Chicago's horrible. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about Nick Fuentes. He says some throat shit, but I fuck with him sometimes. Some shit, but you gotta have thick skin to fuck these racists because they say some throat shit like they really. He'll say some shit like you keep like he'll like listen, man. I understand these guys just have a problem for violence. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to sort it out. This and the third, but like it's not only that they also have a lower IQ. They really believe that shit. It's crazy. You gotta have a tough skin to say that. Like maybe they'll give you the science to back it, but I know white men are evil and they make even science up to back up their shit. They like the tiny ass people. When people subjugate you, they'll even find the data to make it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell you science is not settled. Everything that we think is settled, it's because the powers that be agreed that it's settled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all.
That's why you need to go deep into this flat earth shit.
That goes for anything. At one point, they believed black folks didn't feel pain. They had science for that. That's what I'm telling you. So it's just whatever is agreed. And now that we no longer agree on that, like, niggas do feel pain. We're going to let it cook. You know what I'm saying? Same type of shit. That's how it is. It's once it's agreed upon, they'll find the data to go with it. So I lost my train of thought. What were you saying?
We were talking about the next absurdity.
Yeah, you might as well go on that one because I almost. Oh no, last one. Let me bring it in. This Nick Fuentes thing. So it made me realize. So they'll say some shit here like, "Oh, we just can't stand these black folks. They're here. They got a propensity for violence, and would love to just say." He went at it with Jason Whitlock. He'll like, we'd understand if we'd love to just say if they're just Christians, it'd be better. Be like, look, you're like, but no, look at Africa, look at Haiti. Some of these places are predominantly Catholic, and they're still a shithole. These black folks just can't get right. Shit like that. Like these white folks say the craziest shit. Here's what I realized that they do. They big themselves up, right? Which give them credit for whatever they do, but they omit out so much part of history. So they want to give all the credit for doing all the great stuff. Omit the fact that they cheated or had help any part of the way. And then when they talk about our stuff, leave out all the parts that they did us dirty and just say, that's why, you know what I'm saying? But the issue with lying to yourself, like the women do or anyone else, or any delusional people, over time, you can lie to yourself, but so much. When you're running a society based on racism versus meritocracy, over time, you're going to lose your position because you're not putting up the best and brightest or the working. You just keep putting up, looking out for homeboy. And over time, y'all slip out your position. And every time, for 400 years, y'all keep blaming poors. Y'all keep blaming the poors. Y'all keep blaming the blacks and the migrants. When you had the country, built the country, how did we trick you out of your position like that? It didn't happen. It's because you stopped. You know what I'm saying? You were believing in something, a made-up history. You know what I'm saying? That you, but then it made me realize another thing with them is like, one white guy in there was saying, well, he was like, if you take it back to slavery, he was like, black folks didn't send over their best and the brightest. You know, they're capturing other slaves from other tribes. This, that, and third. So we've gotten the stock of some of the worst black people to come to America. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they feel like it. They feel like they got wastemen black people. This is the byproduct of wastemen black people. But this is how white folks are so tricked. Yeah. When UK and when the Queen and them sent people to America that they thought it was war, they're fine. This shit was not a fucking war. It was orchestrated. They wanted to get rid of the lower class people. They sent the criminals and the peasants to America.
They're not going to tell you that part.
They're not going to tell that. They are the lower class of the white people. Yeah. And they so America is just a consistent of two lower class of folks that are together. You said the lower class of black folks, lower class of white folks of each other, and that's all. That's all that. And they both whatever is wipe out their history.
I would say that even at one point when during slavery, they were actually upgrading the blacks. So that's actually
even better. Yeah, exactly. They're breeding them. They're making us
make them better than they were. They weren't making superior white people.
Justifying breeding black people.
Well, we're just showing you how if they sent over their worst in Britain and then they sent over the worst of Africans, but then the Africans also got upgraded.
Exactly.
Who's the best now?
They played themselves. They didn't see it.
They didn't see the love.
They bred us for bucket for hard work, this, that, and third, and over time complain that we outwork them and hard work them, but they have to lie and say we're all saying we can't be the workers and be the lazy ones at the same time.
And that's why the NBA is 80% black.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But they also believe that they're also the smartest out there. Like, when you play yourself out of position, you know what I'm saying? The shit happens. It's the same shit with China. We keep sending them the shit. Make us shit for the cheap. Make us shit for the cheap. Make us shit for the cheap. They pumping up, saving some bread. Now we trying to little boy them. They're like, yeah, we make y'all shit for the cheap, but we also back in the days we didn't know how to make the shit. Y'all sending over the specs would make it. Now we also know how to make the shit. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all can't threaten us, you know what I'm saying? We can make y'all shit cheaper than y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. We played ourselves with China type of thing. But either way, I feel like the people in position lie to themselves for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the privileges that I feel like I was like, damn, I feel like even folks that pretend to keep it real, even the red pill space, they have their gutters on. They can't see past, white folks can't see past that. Even if they want to be fair, this and a third, they're by default, they're going to, even white folks that hate the police, hate the system, they always by default side with the system over black folks first. You know what I'm saying? He automatically, that kid's right. These were folks that were, every time they could call out every tiny hat conspiracy, they could see all the courts, this thing happened. Oh no, this guy's a killer. I don't see what other black folks are doing. They're siding from it just because they hate us. I'm like, what? I don't know if I'm trying to be unbiased. I'm the guy that came in here when there was the whole, when there was the Mike Brown thing back in the day. I was like, well, I don't know. I seen the video. It looked like he's pushing the guy. I'm always the guy that's gonna be. I'm letting my eyes lead me. I'm not going by emotion. Mm-hmm. But for me, that must be like a special skill, because the same way that, you know, I feel like niggas just get automatically be like, oh no, it's unfair. It don't matter the crime, they want to ride. I like, nah, you can't be seen backing up criminals. We look wild always doing that. So I'm not like that. But that in that same way, white folks cannot not see us as criminals. Mm-hmm. So it's a fucked up thing. We have the thing of, nah, it's kind of messed up. They're overdoing it. I'm on this, like I said, on my position is I'm calling it how I see it. But on the other end, these
now now you see what they're doing, so you got to stop what you're doing.
What do you mean?
Calling it how you see it. You got to stay. You got to stay on one side, just like how they stay on one side.
I just can't do it. I can't be.
But you're okay knowing that they're doing it.
I'm not okay knowing it. I just feel like it's almost like how you almost got to be a string puller yourself. Like I can't be the one I don't get blindly support bullshit on the string of bullshit. I can't be the guy saying, "Oh no, let this nigga friend this nigga on some throw shit." They was in there like, you know, he wilding. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to win this war. That's what you don't want to do.
I don't see it as a war, and they're already losing because they lied to themselves. Only the people that call it as they see it is the survivors. They're lied to themselves long enough, and now they lose their position, and they're losing slowly. They're about to be out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're mad at the tiny hats. But I almost feel like this happened. Y'all didn't see it coming. Y'all believe y'all the best writers, and y'all got to play right at our position. Us being at the bottom could never hurt us because we already thrive here regardless. You know, we already had a position of power because we can't get any worse. That's how I feel like that aspect. And once you quote that truth, you can only build from that point. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, if you know your enemy better than you know, if you know your enemy's history and you know your own history, you're in a better position than him. Him having his own fictitious history is at his own detriment because it's fake. You don't know what parts he can build on. It's not that he's just building off hype versus you knowing the real thing. It doesn't make any reason. I don't see the point of lying and telling people that they're superior, this, that, and the third. Because they're not going to work. You're better off knowing, oh, we got ransacked, we got this, that, the other. Because now you know what parts to build on, work on. You're saying this lying to yourself is no different than gaining weight and telling and your friend saying, oh, you look good, girl. You just fine. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? Right, if you catch that sentiment.
Right.
Your boy LeBron Gate.
Kanye.
Go ahead. Oh, he made that song you love.
That song, my new favorite song is called Cousins.
Yeah, Kanye somehow hops on a song and says apparently exposes that he watched Playboy when he was young, and
first he has a cousin that's locked up in jail right now, but he talks about the cousin all the time, but he never really says why he's in jail. But I guess in this song he puts out and says that the reason that, well, it's not the reason, but he went to jail after killing a pregnant woman, and this happened shortly after he told his little cousin that we can't look at these porn magazines together anymore. So that's why I guess he kind of felt guilty after that, because he says through the whole, for I don't know how long, he says since his cousin was 6 years old, so I don't know, and he said he was 14 when he stopped, so I don't know how long it was happening.
Yeah, he was like his cousin had or some shit.
Bro,
yeah, he said he was sucking.
Bro,
he said he was sucking his cousin's dick until the age of 14.
But here's what's crazy: in the hood, folks that have sexual reactions, it is usually cut because they're talking about. Look at someone said this online. There's a segue about porno and stuff like that being in the house. Kids in the hood that do end up being sexually attracted or sexually active, it's usually some pornography being exposed early, be it whether
magazines, videos,
be it when you're in elementary and catching a body, or your little brothers in middle school having you get on any facts that we're younger getting sexually active early. That does play a role in it. That the prevalence of pornography does kind of play a role. It kind of shows how that. And then some folks might have got touched, whatever it is. Once you're sexually active early, it does have long-term ramifications. But he was on some gay shit early, which in itself could have ramifications. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Kanye came on the scene dressing with tight clothes, this, that, and a third, and made a whole thing about saying how we should stop using gay as a slur. You remember that when he first on the scene? So I've been had my radar up since then. Like, y'all niggas advocate.
So you're one of the people. So you definitely believe that this is all true?
Yeah, I believe it's true.
Because some people don't. Some people, but some people say a lot of the stuff he's bold for saying. They don't think that it's true. They think he's just.
I believe it's true. He's bold. Kanye is a person that the freer he gets, the more he has to unpack, because you could use nothing against him.
Yeah,
as you can see, he's putting everything out on everyone else, and he can indulge everything. He'll tell you his worst truth. You'll never be able to use the truth against him.
Yeah, because who knows? Eventually, his cousin would have came out and told the story.
If his cousin could have told the story, either way, you can't make him feel bad. He I tell the truth. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? If he says Jay-Z's kids are retarded, some people probably thought about, well, you never know. He's not that close. It shouldn't be told. They're like, I say what shouldn't be said. I don't know about this holding the bucket, holding. It's what I do. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, that's his superpower, for good or for bad.
Jay-Z still hasn't spoken on that, but Jay-Z doesn't speak on
Jay-Z don't speak on shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why Kanye, in a sense, is the most
What the hell wrong? What's wrong with the kids?
We don't know. But if somebody calls your kids retarded and they're not retarded, you think you would have said something.
I'm gonna slap the nigga. Jay-Z probably just waiting to slap the nigga.
But if he's the same guy that I have conversations. Remember Kanye have conversations about everybody on this call. I'm richer than you are. Don't tell me that. So you know what type of nigga he is. Got a nigga whose head ain't right. You know how it is. When he's going through his episodes, he calls it as it is. If you're his friend, some folks it's a little too much to handle.
Nate, that was a long ass episode to be sucking cock for.
It is. I like Kanye, man. Shit look a little funny in the light. But
about a 4-year span, bro.
Remember, he's doing that. He was putting out tweets not too long ago. How he had text Ray J. Remember, a message came out here. Wanted Ray J to bone his wife so he could see it
in person.
So he was already on that. All that shit. All them Hollywood niggas is on all that cucking life. All that rich nigga shit.
How much you think he was paying for Ray J to turn it down, bro?
Because he's talking about his new wife, because he already had a video of Ray J boning his ex-wife.
No,
I think Kim. His new wife or maybe his Kim or something.
It was during Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, so he just wanted Ray J to bone Kim again.
Yeah, he into shit like that.
Damn.
But that's why also when he turned religious, he said, he does have a porn addiction and porn will turn you out. You know what I'm saying? And he's always kind of been exposing himself, saying how, he does kind of a porn addiction. And Kanye says shit like, my dick is a Nazi, or it can only fuck white girls. He is pro-black, but he says shit that if you were a nigga that only attracted to white girls, you wouldn't really publicly say it. You're in the culture and fucking with it, but you'll still say he don't know how not to not say shit.
Bro, that nigga just gay, bro.
Do you think that was a soft launch to saying he's gay? First, you're saying he only fucking.
Yeah, niggas is gay, bro.
So now you saying we're just waiting for that nigga to say, "Look, I like dick. What's the problem?" Here's the issue: if anyone can make it a bop, can it be Kanye coming out as it? Can he make coming out a bop?
But then I'm like, is he gay? He's had wives, girlfriends,
Yeah,
kids.
he's not gay. Maybe he might be gay in the heart. No, I can't say. Sometimes
I've never met a man that sucks cock. That's not gay.
At a time.
You said sucks as in he still does it. He was a child doing this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's a child, bro?
Under 18.
Oh.
He did it for years.
So when you was eating booty and eating women ass,
I did not eat any ass before the age of 18. No ass was eaten by me before the age of 18.
This was a grown ass man sucking cock, bro.
Nah, you can't put that on him.
No, but he was sucking baby cock though.
He said until 14, Nate.
He was 14. The kid was 6.
No, he didn't tell the kid was 6. Don't throw that on him. It wasn't pedophilia.
He said he was.
That's not pedophilia because they're both under 18.
Age of 14.
Shit's all crazy. Either way, this.
Let me just throw out allegedly in there just for the hell of it.
You in high school sucking cock.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, he's in high school. Yeah. But he's not sucking grown. Gay, but he's not sucking grown man cock though.
His cousin not older than him?
No, his cousin is younger than him. He said his cousin was 6 at one point, and he stopped when he was 14.
So that nigga's gay and a pedophile.
Let's say he was.
They were both under. They were both under.
Yeah, they're both minors.
Influence of
gay
pornography and shit.
Pornography. Man,
that's gay pornography. His mom's magazines.
That's called gay.
Oh, the mom was gay.
The magazine.
The mom was gay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying.
Because in the thing he says that people be looking at their magazines. He said the magazines that I got on the top of my mom's closet were different, but I didn't know what he meant by that. What does that mean? That she was lesbian?
No, I think she had Playgirl. It's Playboy, Playgirl. So she had men on. See what I'm saying?
Oh, man on man. No,
man on man or men.
So that's what women like is man on man.
Women be liking weird shit altogether, but
that's crazy.
Like the traditional shit. I thought they usually like a lot of lesbian porn, unless for popular women. But they like trans as well.
I'm trying to figure out what was Kanye's mom
what the fuck
watching.
That's the popular genres.
Yeah, I'm gonna just call it gay, bro. Nigga, gay. Coming out
with one Y.
One Y, yeah. We ain't talking happy.
Hold on.
Swerve,
you heard about what's been going on with LeBron? Because you was just talking about Jay-Z and how Kanye called his kids retarded and he didn't speak on it. Kevin Gates, I guess he was kind of show his admiration to LeBron, but at the same time he kind of like badmouthed his wife, saying he hates it for LeBron that his wife Savannah doesn't look at him the way that these white women be looking at him. And he's like, man, you done did all this, you done scored all these points, and you're the top 10 player of all time, but it seems like your wife looks at you like you're just like a regular ass nigga.
That's the problem. These niggas need to mind their fucking business and shut up.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
What the fuck is this nigga talking about, B?
Kevin Gates, grown ass man, talking about something she don't. First of all, I'm like, why are you? He's pretty much saying how much he loves LeBron. I love LeBron. Top 10, greatest all time. I hate it for you, LeBron. I hate it to see this for you. The way that these white women be all admiring you and adoring you, but then you have to come home to this. He called the girl, he said, when you met her, she was looking like Lamar Odom. I said, God damn, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But then people was like, why is it that you got that energy to check Stephen A when he's talking about your son, confronting you as a father, but then you don't have that same energy for Kevin Gates was sitting front row at the game last night.
People are absolutely wild. Like yeah. LeBron would beat the shit out of Kevin Gates. LeBron is like 6'9".
You talking about people? I work with one of the biggest LeBron haters of all time. This guy was telling me I would take Kevin Gates. He says his reason is because he said, when was the last time Kevin Gates been? He says Kevin Gates grew up is in prison culture, and LeBron hasn't been in a fight since for at least 23 years that we know of.
And he's an athlete. He's a star-studded athlete.
He said that don't make no sense.
And a giant one at that.
He said I know plenty. He said I can show you a whole clip of 6'9" niggas getting knocked out. Swerve.
Nah, you could show that on not an MMA. Niggas act like the ultimate thing you cannot take away. Street fighters are not real fighters. That's one.
He brought up Kimbo Slice. I was like, Kimbo Slice is a freaking athlete.
He's a street fighter. Yeah, exactly. And he's an actual brawler. Yeah, when it comes to the streets, weight limits does matter. You know what I'm saying? Weight limit. Unless there's some folks that actually are fighters that can fight. But if you're going against an athlete, someone that's conditioned, who's big, who grew up playing ball, and then there's the size difference is gigantic. You're 6'2" versus 6'9". Pause. But these athletes.
Plus, LeBron's that I think it's lame. The same way that Drake pulled up to DeRozan at his game. I think it's lame the same way. First of all, I think it's lame that you even mentioned the man's wife.
It's clout chasing, bro.
Yeah, and then pulling up to the game, sitting front row, like with your chest all out, shirt all open, like.
Well, he's that's his homeboy. You know, Kevin Gates like to live in his truth.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves LeBron. And people were saying that, yeah, this guy was actually seeming like you just wanted to switch places with Savannah. Like you would be treating LeBron. Which a
lot of people do online, which is crazy. There's so much skits about that.
Yeah, people love LeBron.
It's like I wish I was LeBron. I wish I was Savannah. This shit's like an ongoing joke. This is so
he wanted to Kanye that boy.
Man, crazy.
But even minus the fighting thing, people, the LeBron hater I know is like the same way you didn't fight Stephen A, but you had words for him. Why didn't you have words for Kevin Gates?
His playoff times, that nigga don't know what's going on out here. He's in dark mode.
LeBron did post that a king doesn't
respond to peasants.
Yeah.
Well, the LeBron hater says that texting that is a response because he brings up Jay-Z and Jordan. He's like, those guys don't never respond.
Yeah.
Just like how Kanye just called Jay-Z's kid retarded, he just don't respond. But LeBron's never been that guy. I think people hate on LeBron because he does things his way. People like to compare him to Jordan and all the greats that came before him, and they didn't do things like the decision or team up with Hall of Famers, whatever. And the fact that he does things his way, a different way than your guy did, that's why people be hating on him.
It's because it's new as well. You know, some people don't want to admire greatness in real time.
Yeah, this nigga got his own Ken doll right now, a collectible item. People standing in line waiting for this Ken doll. I forgot. I think it's like
that shit. I think like I looked it up. It was like bro.
$90. But say you get one, and you get it signed. How many of these things you think LeBron's signing?
Where do you think I'm gonna see LeBron at?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Where do you think
at a game
bump into LeBron and be like, "Hey, bro, can you sign?" And
most likely
you're pen with me and the doll.
I mean, most likely all those things would happen at Amalie Arena in Orlando. Next time they play Orlando, all those things could have happened. I know the time and the place. I can let you know the schedule as soon as they release it next year.
I'm gonna let you take my place, bro. I'll let you get that experience.
Okay. Let me get a signature.
A lot of folks aren't like I feel like these are once in a lifetime experiences, you know what I'm saying? Or some of these folks are once in a not once in a life. Some of these folks, we're great eras to be in or to witness the LeBron James era.
I think us as millennials, we're in the best era because we
are absolutely in the best era.
Because we're in the best era because we got to see the 90s, we get to see the 2000s, the 2020s, and we're gonna get to see everything that's coming up. We're getting to see Wemby. We got to see Jordan and LeBron and Kobe and Steph.
Some of the best stuff in the world, bro. Like, think of like what's the three biggest benchmarks you witnessed in your life?
9/11.
9/11 definitely up there. That's the top 3. That's the Mount. Name them for the Mount Rushmore of life events.
9/11, COVID.
9/11,
COVID. I was about to say COVID. You got me there. Go ahead.
9/11.
Is Trump not one? Obama's one, bro.
Yeah, Obama.
You could probably put the whole Obama Trump presidency, both of them.
You can't because there's a break in between.
Yeah.
And then that guy is the honorable mention right there, Sleepy Joe. We can't forget about Sleepy Joe.
We could go on Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe has been around since the crime bill, so he's not one of the greatest moments. I'm talking about life-changing moments. Was Obama? Trump is one of them.
Obama,
yeah, first black man.
That might be the 4: Obama, Trump, 9/11, and COVID. COVID was big. We never seen the world stop.
You never took it.
No, I got one more. I got one more.
Which one?
Kobe.
No. We did witness Kobe.
I'm talking about Kobe's death. I mean, no.
It was shocking. It stopped the world for a moment.
Michael Jackson. So I was just thinking it would have to be a death. Because we lived through Michael Jackson. We lived through Princess Diana dying. That was big.
We got King Von.
That was a shock.
Niggas wasn't worried about King Von.
Princess Di.
We got rappers that are actually killing people, bro. We got what's the name? Did the race?
Tay J.
Who you talking about?
Yeah.
Tay J. Yeah.
Nigga caught 2 bodies and got a record deal. Just got life for a second one. These Jews really pimping the shit out of our culture.
What a time to be alive. What
absolute madness. This guy killing people and you're giving them a record deal.
Record deal. Yeah, they gonna love it. He said they gonna love this. They gonna love this one.
This is absolutely. Have you called Tyrone? Oh, they gonna love this one.
Oh yeah, have they?
Oh, you really kill people? Get that nigga a deal. They're really pimping the shit out of our culture. This shit is madness. Yeah, I'd have to give that to what's the name? Sarah Palin was a big point.
Sarah Palin? Who do you think was the biggest death that we've seen in our lifetime?
To me, the most impactful, world-stopping moment.
Yeah.
Probably Nipsey Hussle.
Over Princess Diana?
Princess Diana was huge. That was huge. That's a whole princess. She got in an accident. They tried to scratch in the heart. But that just, I don't know. We were kids then.
We forgot about the OJ chase. OJ got to be up in there. That got to be top. That got to be top 4.
Nah.
From that moment to the day OJ died, his name was just infamous.
Yeah, but you had the R. Kelly tapes.
R. Kelly. Same thing.
How many times you watched the first tape, Nate?
That shit was a hit back in the days. That shit got
back
some
in the day,
yeah. She got some numbers.
I watched that shit a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was one of the OGs, one of the originals.
The originals. You get caught that bitch now, you are going to jail.
For real? Why? Because she's still young.
There's minors in those videos.
She's grown now.
But the person in the video, is it?
I mean, I have videos of my wife from before she was 18.
Oh, you out here carrying.
I'm just kidding.
You're the great spot.
I never met her. I didn't know her. I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, in the case like that, because you knew your wife before she was 18.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have videos. I don't know if they had cameras like that back then, or if you still got it.
Like too many phones ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
But I definitely had pictures of like ex-girlfriends before 18. Boobs and mug shots. Yeah. Not on the cloud. No cloud. Like on Nokias somewhere. Like you can take pictures with the Nokias.
The little the best spot, though. Hey, they never really go away.
You walking the tightrope, bro.
I don't have them no more. You talk about tightrope.
They hit you with that child pornography, nigga. You done for.
I don't have it no more.
Okay.
I'm just saying I had it, but I'm saying if I was to get married to that girl and I still had it on my phone, how are they gonna get me for having my wife on my phone that I knew before she was 18? That can't be a thing.
Thin ice,
Trump out
bro.
here, Trump out here deporting folks without due process, dog. They'll end up in.
No, you never know.
Don't end up in El Salvador, nigga.
Yeah, or fuck around and up his home. You know, it's guilty of the proven innocent right now. with that smut in your jacket, though. Playing up on a pedo case for his own wife. That should be crazy, though. Got you a PC. That shit's crazy. I always thought it was crazy that in jail that they'd have the fact that in jail you can be anything but a have a woman beater. No, I think you could be a woman beater. You just can't be a rapist and a
It's a child molester.
Child molester and a rapist. Yeah, those two you have to automatically go into protected custody
because they're gonna kill you.
Yeah, they'll tell you you gotta leave, or it's not. They have to. They'll still stab you up, or they'll kill you, or turn you into a prostitute. But you're you have to pay, or they'll extort you.
Even the
You'll
criminals,
have to pay. You don't get to stay there for free.
Even the worst criminals in the world knows the morals. Leave the kids out of it.
That's one way of thinking of it. I'm like, who the fuck are you guys to make rules amongst yourselves? But I guess even in that world, they're like, come on.
That's a whole different world. That's a whole different world. Yeah. That's a whole different world where these documents have nothing to do with the hierarchy of our system here. Yeah, it's the strongest survive here.
And even in that world, we're like, yeah. Even in this world, we don't fuck with kids.
Yeah, we still have our own code.
Even in this world, there's a code. And I'm like, damn. But then that also like that makes sense. But why should they be allowed to have a code? We're controlling them. We tell them, shut the hell up, y'all over here for reform. Yeah. But then there's also racism in there. Like the whites hang on
you can't control. They can't control that. They can't stop that.
They can, but they said it don't make any sense to me. Like, are these people criminals or not? How do they make their own rules? But no matter what, I guess I said, no matter. I don't know.
They're criminals, but you're putting them all in one box. And if you put a bunch of rats in one box, they're going to start to divide and sanction and click up.
Criminals, that don't mean they don't have morals.
It ain't that they don't have morals, but how can they make their own rules? You're not free. We pick when you go to sleep. We pick when you wake up.
Yeah, but besides those rules,
you guys are making. How is it besides those rules? Y'all setting your own caste system. We're gonna do racism, and the pedos and the rapists go up there.
Well,
they get to make their own rules.
It's the same exact thing that happens in every cafeteria in high school from the beginning of time. You let them go, and then they just start to clip up. The goths go here, the rappers go here. Here's a table of dominoes. The Haitians over here. All the Spanish kids are over here.
The difference is you get to choose to go do it. The inmates don't get to choose. Black folks don't get to go hang with the white folks. In prison, racism is enforced. You get your ass whooped. You cannot leave. Black folks have thing about. I'm like, how are we in prison? Y'all make up this rule. How they allow racism to? It's a rule. It's not even like it flourish. It's a rule, and that shit blows my mind. And it's not even a rule within the prison. It's the inmates. They allow them to do it.
Listen, we can't control racism. It's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think it's allowed.
We can't even control it in prison.
That's the thing. You can't control racism. You can't control how people feel and who they associate with.
It's not even how we make a caste system. Prison is literally a fresh start. We could say white men here, but we setting things up because even in prison, the white folks are the most powerful. They're the smallest group in there, but their connection is the staff. You get it? Mm-hmm. So it's also an extension of their power. So even in prison, they have the summer super. They have the power because they're the smallest and they have the staff. Then the Chicos side with the if there's ever a war, the Chicos side with the white folks, and it's the black folks by themselves. Every now and then, black folks might get the Samoans, but even in prison, we're still the smallest. So that's why the blacks will yank the Black Americans and the Africans and the Haitians. They become their own group. Hispanics tend to be the most powerful. Hispanics tend to be the most dangerous because they have the biggest numbers, but whites are the most powerful because they have the, you know what I'm saying?
They have the infrastructure behind them.
But I like, that shit is crazy that it's allowed this to still flourish. You can't really tell me you're trying to do correction But they said there's prisons that try to not do it. I guess there's more fights, there's more violence, but that just kind of goes to show that
ain't nobody trying to correct nobody. It's just niggas trying to make money out here. All right, more bodies we got in these buildings, more money we making.
I just don't understand how in society we're able to kind of people stay where you want, or white folks when we're coming and going, we can go just fine. But in a prison, in a place that I control what you do, you have to do the X amount of time. Y'all got to set the parameters, though.
Nate, why don't you go there and try to make some changes?
try to make change. Like, hey guys, let's try something new. I just never understood it though, but there's that. There's all sorts of stuff in prison culture. So
y'all niggas got anything else? Y'all got recommendations? What y'all got?
Y'all didn't cover the playoffs.
Let's just talk about the playoffs real quick, and then that's it. And then I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is to talk about. Freaking the Cavs is about to sweep the Heat. Celtics is going to sweep the Magic. The Warriors probably going to sweep the Rockets, even though the Rockets is a higher seed than them. I don't know what else is there. The Pacers, for some reason, they've been whooping up on the Bucks. 2 games straight, they already beat them twice.
How about the Lakers?
The Lakers is 1-1.
Lakers 1-1. First game they lost. Yeah, first game they lost against Timberwolves. Second game they came back.
But OKC,
that first game was crazy.
OKC is putting the bricks on.
Yeah.
Memphis. Them niggas lost by 51 points the other day.
Ja is. I don't want to say Ja is trash, but because trash people use that word, so I don't like it. But Ja is not trash, but has not gotten no better than what he was like 2-3 years ago. He's a highlight reel. Every play he does is a highlight. You don't ever see him just doing like just decent, smart basketball plays. He's not playing fundamentals. He's just an athlete.
If you lose by 51, if you on a team and you lose by 51, trash.
Yeah. I cannot argue.
Well, maybe some people figure if you can't win, you might as well put on a show. It's still entertainment at the end of the day. It's kind of like watching your boy James Harden.
Yeah, nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to
see you ball.
Nobody wants to see you doing 360 dunks when you're down by 50.
That's all you can give them.
Nah, you need to give us a better game. Give us a closer game. That's what we want to see.
Some people figure like this team ain't gonna take me there. Let me put you on a show for you. I'm still selling tickets.
I think who else is there? Denver Nuggets is playing the Clippers. They're 1-1 right now. Who else is it? Oh, New York is playing Detroit. They're 1-1.
I popped in last week. I seen that white
Boston.
Orlando and Boston. I think Boston's playing tonight. But right now, so far, Boston's up 1. I'm pretty sure Celtics gonna come out of the East.
Is the NBA evolving?
Into what?
Like, you see how these white boys are cooking people. I seen the other day, I was patching on, I don't type in.
The question is, are the white-born Americans getting better?
I don't know. Is the thing, how like fields evolve for like the longest we didn't play golf, and as soon as we got in playing golf, and now you got a Tiger Woods, and you know saying it's kind of like white folks for the longest played one position. They watch his ball after a while. Now you got Joker, and after someone saw Joker, and now you got what's the white boy I'm talking about?
Luka.
No, there's then you have Luka, but there's another one right now that's cooking up. Last name starts with the F.
AR Austin Reeves, white boy. Cooper Flag.
Damn him. I'm seeing a highlight of this motherfucker cooking niggas. It's crazy. Like, is this the future? And I remember you telling me about him.
Cooper Flag, they're hyping him up to be the next, because there hasn't been a great white player since Larry Bird.
The highlight reel is insane. This nigga really is cooking niggas.
He was cooking people in high school. He wasn't really cooking people like that in college. I mean, he got bounced out of the tournament.
So is he really that good though?
Nate,
we'll see. We'll see.
You can't beat the upgrade. You forgot we got the upgrade.
Listen, there's over time. I've seen that we've had other points of what's the word I was looking for earlier? When self-awareness.
Sentient.
We've seen white boys used to just be regular white boys, and then they got sentience and said, "Let me go train MMA." They used to just be fuck around. We used to beat the shit out of white boys regularly.
Yeah.
Then around late high school, they're like, you know what? They saw some Joe Rogan shit. They went to go learn.
Now you can't tell.
Yeah, now you gotta look at the cauliflower ear. You can't just be a white boy anymore. Yeah.
You see that cauliflower area, you got to run.
Yeah, you got to be like, he got some sentience now.
He knows some shit I don't know.
He knows some shit I don't know.
He knows some holds.
If you see a regular flappy ear nigga, that's the one you try.
You got him all day.
Yeah. There's some flap in his ear, you got that.
And even then it depends, because if he's a southern white boy, he might have grew up. If the poorer they are, the more the chance they can fight because they grew up fighting. You know what I'm saying? Poor whites live like black folks. It's a sad thing to say.
I'm trying to figure out if the whites I'm around, are they really poor whites? Because I feel like I could whoop all of them.
You need poor, like dudes that grew up in the rednecks. The one that grew up.
Nah, well, I think at a certain age, like their bodies, it don't matter if they're poor or not. Their bodies just turn into mush. Yeah, and they're just not. You're gonna. Yeah, 40. And probably whoop a majority of 40-year-old American white men that work in suburban, like
not no 25-year-old.
Nah, because these 25, like the ones I be seeing at my gym, these young kids I be seeing at my gym, these niggas is athletes.
Yeah,
like 19, 18, 17-year-olds
just not fighting off fat. Yeah, them niggas.
Yeah,
like it's just crazy. Like we say on the gym, I'm like, these little jits out here, bro. This shit's nuts. But
why is it that? And I'm seeing like these fit young white kids, and then
they brolic, bro. I think they drugging. The shit is crazy. Them motherfuckers hop in the gym.
These kids at my gym, they're golfers, and they be in that bitch swole, like getting.
It don't make any sense. I think there's this one drug called Tren that's very popular with kids. I don't know if that's what it is. It's a steroid, but I don't know if that's what it is. But I know a lot of that's popular with a lot of the kids. That's going popular. But yeah,
you might as well take it, bro. Get swole.
I know what we got to lose.
Motherfuckers is going out on heart attacks off that shit. I don't need it that bad, but you know they already at peak condition because they're kids anyways. But that shit works immaculately on these kids though. These motherfuckers they be jacked.
Pause.
Yeah, that's a pause.
Y'all niggas got recommendations now or no? What y'all got?
My recommendation is Sinner. I'm gonna give you that as the recommendation, and I'm gonna give you the Kevin Gates album as a recommendation for music.
Okay, Sinner and Kevin Gates album.
You know your boy Kevin Gates got married, or it said that he has gotten married. He's already married, but I guess he's took on a second wife. You know he's a Muslim, so I guess he could do that. He's calling Brittany Renner his second wife. You know, she didn't.
Outside. Well, I guess she got what she wanted.
You got recommendations for her?
Yeah, my recommendation is Sinners, of course. Great movie. Michael B. Jordan ×2. And then 420. Wiz Khalifa dropped the Cushion Orange Juice 2. Fire.
No, yeah.
Cushion Orange Juice 2. That shit sound just like Cushion Orange Juice 1. That's how I love it. OT Genesis on there. La Russell's on there. He got a track with Gunna on there.
You see, he was on
Currency.
He was on Joe Budden's podcast saying how he gets about up to $2 million a show. And you know, the shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? People are like, what? You're like, yeah. You're like, you know, because I have a lot of big international songs. I know he did the one but I'm like, people online were really trying to Lil Boy him, trying to play him. I like people forget that Wiz Khalifa was a whole superstar out here.
Yeah, I know, but where is he getting these $2 million shows at though, and how often?
It don't have to be that. He don't step out. He goes up to
step out.
Yeah, anytime he step out, he don't have to be often. He's a superstar. He don't just do shows. He goes up to $2 million. but that's his average. 2 million. It goes up to 2 million. Might be like 1 million, 5 million. That's what he commands. Because he's not doing. He does venues and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's doing small shows.
A nigga could tell me they do $2 million shows and have only done $2 million shows.
I don't think that's the thing. You know, he still pulls 40 million monthly streams in Spotify.
Sorry, if niggas is pulling 50,000.
Yeah. That was when we grew up, when rappers were getting 50, 60,000 show. Rappers, I don't know, the bread they're throwing, that might be Boosie might be able to pull that off, if even that. But
get 50?
50, 60 a show, yeah, that was good
50.
money back in the days. But now that we're in the whole Coachella shit like that, they're dropping major bags if you're a good artist, dog. These artists are getting paid, dog. It depends. If you're an A-list like a Drake, these guys are getting like $3-4 million a show. They're not. I can
see that, but I'm like, and I love Wiz too. But I'm just talking about. I don't feel like Wiz has been putting out music consistently enough to. I feel like he's almost to the point of like a Nelly or something like that. Like he put out good music, but
it's the fact that when he does do hits, he had Payphone with Maroon 5. He has such major international hits, global hits. He's got diamond records with the shit he did with
Okay, so that would mean he would go to a place like Kenya and they would pay him $2 million to do a show, and they would get that money. They would make their money back.
Oh, of course, he does stadium shit like man's a beast.
Okay,
he not full stadiums, but you don't shit like that. He's a Wiz. You remember Wiz? He'll do shit with Pop Can. He goes to Africa. He's a global act.
I don't want y'all to think I'm not because I'm the biggest Wiz fan on here.
But I'm just saying people forget that Wiz is like a whole star. This nigga brought back the fact that we have a whole run all over again of Juicy J and the boys. And that's through his label. Got them up and popping again. So,
all right, am I allowed to give you my recommendation?
It depends. It depends.
I've been bumping on Big X the Plug.
Fire.
Yes.
His latest album. I just let that bitch run all the way through, bro. No skips.
These fat niggas out here making fire music.
They are.
All
Big X is the best though.
Big
I can't
X.
say he's one of them. What's his name? FPB. You know what I'm talking about?
Which song he got out?
He does a bunch of. I don't know about his full songs, but he be having a bunch of freestyles online. He's got braces. He's always making stuff. Fat nigga be going in fire. But yeah, definitely the fat dudes out here, and they in their pocket right now.
Except for fucking what's the sad nigga from St. Pete?
Rod Wave.
Rod Wave.
Nigga, Rod
I don't
Wave
like his
be slapping. I don't know what
I don't
you
like.
talking
I don't
about.
like.
People love Rod Wave.
I know people love Rod Wave.
I call it struggle music, but he's one of the most. He's also a superstar. Don't be surprised if he's commanding $2 million a show.
I don't like Rod Wave the way I don't like Kevin Gates.
Oh, you sleeping on Kevin Gates? You wild.
Yeah, you wild.
I don't like Rod Wave, but this one guy's a star.
This is blasphemy.
Yeah, exactly. People say Rod Wave is like the new the baby.
All right,
And you see where the baby's at.
The baby fell off. I'm saying he's like how the baby was. How the baby was impactful. You do fuck with saying Rod. People fuck with Rod Wave though. We gotta follow him.
Hey, wrap it up. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, wrap that shit up.
All right, folks. Y'all know what to do. Hit us up on That's the Sir Pod on Instagram. That's the Sir Pod on Twitter. That's the Sir Podcast on Facebook. And you can always drop an email at that's the Sir Podcast at gmail.com. And you know the voice line is open. All you got to do is look at the show notes and click leave message here. And we is out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.